Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I know we have women from all over the world in our tribe, so welcome, everyone. It is 11:11 Pacific time. What a beautiful time to come together on this 10/23 day. Hi, Amanda. So I have so much in store for you all today. Like, it's crazy, everything that was coming through. It was like, okay, I'm going to condense this into 90 minutes. That's what I'm going to attempt to do. So I'm going to just invite you to just allow yourself to be open and receptive and to feel what I'm saying more so than hearing what I'm saying. I'm going to have to switch my internet connection. So while we are waiting for people to jump on, I'm just going to switch that really quickly, and then I'm going to cut out for a minute, but it's okay. And then I will be right back. I think it's this one. Okay, I'm back. Hi, Lisa. Can you all hear me? I'm going to open up the chat. Okay, so I had to switch my internet connection really quick. Yeah, it was frozen, Amanda. Did I come back though? Okay, good. Yeah, I had to switch my internet connection. I'm glad I just got that alert because I just moved my computer into my office, and my house is so big that it's like we have to have an extender on this side, and so if you don't plug into it, then it doesn't show up. Okay, you can all hear me. Awesome, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to go through all of this today as much as I can get through. I know we're all so excited. So excited. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy that you're all here. I'm actually going to go run and grab my microphone so that you can hear me even better without the echo. So while everyone is coming on, I'm just going to run and do that really quick. Okay. Usually it's in here, but my son likes I have the blue snowball, and so he likes that for his video games because it's such a clear channel that you can hear. Okay, there. Okay, awesome. Hi, Eunice. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Karen. Hello, everyone. So excited. Yes. Well, Paul, I wouldn't worry about it, but you do want to take notes, yeah. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a pen and a paper. I'm going to go through a lot of stuff, and for those of you who've been following me for a while, you know that I talk really fast, and I have a lot to say. So what I'm going to invite you to do, we're going to go through all of it. We're going to actually go through slides too. So I'm going to be talking interchangeably between the slides and between me. Pam can't hear. Can anyone else hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, Melissa can hear me. Catherine can hear me. Jenny and Laura, everyone can hear me. Okay, awesome. Yeah, everyone can hear me. Okay, Pam, maybe, I don't know, maybe you need to restart yours. Hi, Roxanne. Okay, so let's see. Before we go any further, let's just all get connected. Those of you who are here, I don't do any outside marketing or any outside advertising. So if you're here, you are always part of our tribe. So I'm really grateful for all of you for being here. And if you happen to find your way to me, then without advertising by word of mouth, then that definitely was divine intervention. So welcome. I'm so happy that you're a part of this part of this tribe. I was thinking if something was wrong with my computer. Erica said, it's my phone. Maria said, can't hear you. Everyone else can hear me. So for those of you who can't hear me, I'm not sure. Maybe you have to log out and log back in. Maybe turn on your phone so that you are not on mute, so that you're not muted. This is awesome. Look at all of you on here. I love this. I love when we come back together. Hi, Annalisa. Log out and log in again. If you're on your phone, I've noticed it takes a few tries to be able to hear. Not sure why. Okay, yeah, maybe leave and then come back. Thank you guys for supporting each other too. I love that. I love how we support each other. That's one of my favorite things about doing this in this community. It's like if someone has a question, it's like everyone just jumps on it to answer. So it really is a beautiful thing. So first of all, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Megan. Thank you all for being here so much. I love you all with all of my heart and soul. You know that. So my mission is obviously about serving the greater good, which I know all of your mission is that too. Tamara, yes, I am recording this, so I will send out the recording of this after it's uploaded and done. Let's see. Someone just said, I'm new to, oh, Allison, I'm new to this tribe. Thanks for the welcome. You're welcome. So happy to have you. You're new to the tribe and not to the soul group, right? Like we know we all came here to do this, do what we're doing here. And it's just beautiful and amazing to be able to do this together, like to empower each other and to really allow our souls and our spirits to just flow through. So everything that you're going to learn today is going to help you take your life to the next level. You know, I had you all do, if you signed up late and you didn't get the work done, it's okay. Just do it after your letters to the universe using the divine guidance and the divine flow, and then really interchanging and intertwining that energy with it. It gets all of these things to manifest a lot faster for you. So make sure that you do take the time to do that and you do have your heart connection and your heart flowing, because that's going to be what manifests it for you. And so what I'm going to show you today is all different kinds of things: manifesting rituals, clearing rituals. We're going to go through how to speed up your manifesting. We're going to do a couple of different processes on here. We're going to awaken your sacral, and then you're going to have your limiting belief list. And what we're going to do at the very end of this, I love you too, Shay. What we're going to do at the very end of this is we're going to do a ceremonious ritual where we're going to just shed those limiting beliefs ourselves. So make sure that you stay to the end. Get a pen, get a paper, put down all your distractions, because you're going to want to really pay attention to this, because it really is fascinating. Everything that you're going to receive today, whether you are consciously listening or whether you are listening with your cells, you're going to be up-leveled, because that's just what happens when you come into this space. So thank you again for being here. Okay, so let's see, before we go any further, let's just all get connected now that we are all on here and situated. So everyone, if you would just close your eyes. All right, Megan, Randina, the work you had us do in the last course we did, I opened my envelope that I wasn't supposed to open till October of this year, and everything had come to fruition. Ladies, her process is work. Ah, thank you, Megan. I have chills all over. Isn't it so fucking awesome? Now just think of what the next section, like the next phase is going to be. It's like so amazing. I can't even wait. It's just beautiful. Okay, so let's everyone get connected. So close your eyes and tune into your heart space and just take a deep breath. And with your exhale, let it all go. And just set your ego and your critical mind to the side, just by saying in your mind, I set my ego and my critical mind to the side, and I tune into the truth of my heart so that I can hear the truth of my soul, the truth of spirit, and whatever way I receive that, I receive it with love. And then we surround this sacred space with the white light of divine love, and I call forth Archangel Michael to be here with us, to be our guides in our lives. And if you agree, then say yes. I call forth the goddess energy, that Shakti life force that is within each and every one of us, to come alive and awaken. And if you agree, then say yes. And then I summons the white light of divine love to flow through each and every one of us. So if you would like to feel this cleansing, then just say yes. So just feel that calm and open up your crown, allowing for divine wisdom to flow through into your brain, opening up your third eye, allowing yourself to see the truth beyond illusion, flowing into your throat, opening up your throat chakra, allowing you to speak your authentic voice with love, flowing into your heart, opening and activating your heart chakra, and flowing that all the way through your body. And then from your heart into your solar plexus, opening up your power center, just setting aside everything that is not serving you and really allowing yourself to be in your power, even for the moments that you're in this space. And from your solar into your sacral, awakening that sacred divine feminine that you are and expanding that throughout your body and your life. Reminding you that you come from spirit, you come from source, that you're having a human experience and that you are far more powerful than you even know. And flowing into your root, awakening your root chakra, allowing you to feel grounded and supported and loved on earth as every question that you have is answered. Allowing yourself to receive the answer, and if you agree, then say yes. And then flowing down through your legs and your knees and your lower legs and your feet, and from the base of your spine and the bottoms of your feet all the way down into your earth star, into the center of the earth star chakra. Feeling that power of Mother Earth all the way to the center. And this is just going to act as a channel to just pull out and siphon anything that is ready to be dissolved and transcended so that you can leave this space feeling lighter and happier. And if you agree, then say yes. And then feel Mother Earth flow her energy back up through you, thanking you, loving you, guiding you, just for being you, for doing the work, for being a seeker, for asking for the answers and allowing them to be received, for desiring to have a better life, for the greater good of all. From your feet, your legs, your knees, your upper legs, your torso, your root, your sacral, your solar, and your heart, and expanding throughout your body. And then take your point of focus to your heart space, maybe even putting your right hand over your heart. And just feeling that beautiful divine presence that you are. And expanding that throughout your body, throughout the space that you're in, to all of your loved ones, your friends, your family, to your day, throughout your life, throughout all that you are, and allowing yourself to allow any outside distractions to just help you come even more into your heart space. And if you agree, then say yes. Allowing yourself to have your point of focus on your heart and that of love. Allowing yourself to receive the answers that you're seeking. Allowing yourself to expand in the fullness of who you really are. If you agree, then say yes. And then flowing this love throughout every area of your life, throughout your finances, throughout your career, throughout your soul purpose, throughout your loved ones, throughout all of your relationships, throughout your past, present, and future. And in this moment, love is all there is. And I ask to be a clear and divine channel that you may receive all that you've been asking for in whatever way you receive that. And may we join in this beautiful energy together and express our love throughout our lives, living our highest and best selves. And if you agree, then say yes. So I call forth all of the ascended masters, all of the eternal light beings, the light council, all of that galactic body of energy that is here to help humanity ascend, to be with us, to flow with us, to show us the signs, and I connect us all to the unified field. And if you agree, then say yes. We call forth our angels, our past loved ones, and we send this love throughout all of our lineage, our ancestry, our children and descendants, throughout all that we are, all that we were, all that we ever will be. And we say these things in the name of love. Amen. Okay. So now that we're all connected and listening with our hearts, making sure that you do have a pen and a paper, that you write down what stands out to you. So I'm going to flow through this, and I'm going to attempt to, Shay, my whole body is vibrating. Isn't it amazing when you connect to that, right? Like, it's just so beautiful when you're in that energy. Like, it's you, this energy, being in this energy, embodying this energy, and having this energy, and sending this energy out, is the energy that allows you to receive all that you desire. It is in that space where you are just in that place of love, where you are flowing who you really are, you're connected with who you really are, and you're sending that out into the world. You are one with the unified field, which in that moment, you are in such a non-resistant state that all of your desires flow into you, right? They just flow to you. Amanda, my hand and heart got really warm, and it's freezing in my house. That is so beautiful and amazing. So like I said, have a pen and a paper. You want to write down the things that stand out to you. There's going to be a lot of information that I'm going through. A lot of it you may already know. A lot of it you may have been familiar with before. We all know about the law of attraction. We all know about our heart space. We all know about these things. But knowing it and actually living it are two different things. So I invite you to just set all your doubt and disbelief to the side and really be open and hear it in a new way. Because every time you hear something, if you're hearing the same thing and you're like, oh, I've already heard this, that means you're not evolving. If you hear the same thing and you hear it different and it means something different, that means that you are super evolving. Have you ever read a book and it meant one thing to you and then you've gone back and read it again and it meant something totally different? Or even if you listen to Abraham, right? You listen to Abraham and you hear one thing, and then if you listen to the same audio, it's like you hear something totally different, even if it's only a week later. That's because you're evolving. That's because your perceptions and your beliefs and your patterns and your conditioning are changing. And so the information that you're receiving means something different to you. So that is how you know that you are quickly evolving. So just allow yourself to do that, right? Like surrender all of those places where it's like, I already know this, and just allow yourself to come with an open mind as a child, with playing, in that space. Hold your questions until the end, write them down, or you can enter them in the Q&A, and if we have time at the end, I will go back and I will read through them and answer them. Most of it will be answered, if not all of it will be answered as we go through this. So know that there is so much coming for you and we are just beginning. So allowing yourself to get to that space where you're really in a place where you can understand. So it's really important for me to help you understand. Like, this is what my mission is. It was like when I decided I was going to do this masterclass, it was something that I needed to do because so many women were messaging me, asking me when I was going to do my next course. And for those of you who've been following me, you know that I was not going to do another group course. I was going to only focus on my VIPs and have only my private coaching. And then the whole Me Too came out. I posted something on Facebook, opened up Pandora's box, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have the solution to this. I really need to do something about it. And I mean, one of the members in my group who is so very near and dear to me, she called me on the phone and was like, please do another course. You have to do another course. So I'm also going to tell you how you can take all the information that you're learning here today even further if your heart calls you to it. Now, I'm not attached to whatever you decide. Right? I know when I would be listening to other webinars or other master classes and I knew that there was going to be something that they were going to offer me in the end, I would immediately go into, oh my gosh, I can't afford it. I'm not going to be able to do it. You know, what is it? Just set all that to the side, because I promise you, when you are tuned in your heart space and something really is for you, the money shows up, what you need shows up. And besides, it's not as expensive as you think it might be. So allowing yourself to really flow into that, putting all of that to the side, like, I'm not attached to whatever you decide to do. You have to listen to this master class and you have to go through this class if you are ever going to work with me or even ever take one of my courses anyway, because what you're going to learn here is really going to set the foundation for where we're going to start, so that we're not starting at square one, we're not starting at the beginning, so that you already know how it works and what's going on consciously and unconsciously and how to manifest your desires, so we could just go straight in there and get to the manifesting rituals and get to the clearings and do all the things that we need to do so that you can manifest very, very rapidly. Amanda, yes, the universe provides for me weekly, right? I know, it's really, really amazing. So whatever you decide to do is up to you. It's not a thing. It's whatever your heart calls you to. You honor that, you move through. You're going to ask for a sign. If you get the sign, you have to move forward on it. So that's what we're going to do as we go through this. So like I said, it's really important for you to understand how and why these things work. So let me go into the screen share so that we can begin. So like I said before, I'm going to be moving back and forth between the two of these so that we can really come to know. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my face up there so that you can see me. I'm just going to move it out of the way. Oh, Corey, I love you too. Thank you. Dee, I love you. Willing to watch the replay in a bit. Raspy, want to watch you live. I love you too, Dee. Okay, so here we are, the rise of the sacred feminine. So this is the Power of a Woman masterclass. So this is about the art of receiving, because you can do all the manifesting work, you can do all of the energy work, you can get it, you can do all the processes. And if you're not open to receiving, you're not going to allow yourself to receive the life that you came here to live. So what we're going to learn today is going to help you to really open your sacral chakra and really get that flowing and receiving down so that you can be in that space where you can openly receive. Okay, so this is just a little take on who I am for those of you who are new here, who don't know who I am. So I am the Queen of Rapid Transformation. I am the creator of the Divine Effect. So I have authored a book, The Power of a Woman, Mastering the Keys to Manifesting. That is all of the scientific evidence that has been done around the world throughout the ages that will prove not only the law of attraction, but how you work in relation to the law of attraction. So I'm a master healer. I have so many different certifications. I mean, you can obviously see here, I really was obsessed with learning everything that I possibly could to be the best that I could be. So as I was going through school and learning all of these different things, I was practicing them on my clients. I used to own a salon, and I was in a space where I could work with women for 3 to 9 hours at a time. So I was really able to go within their consciousness and help them to repattern and reprogram their brains and their patterning in their bodies so that they could experience what they want. So when I was seeing that what they were experiencing after we'd have one of these sessions was manifesting things so quickly. I mean, like new businesses, new jobs, new love, new money, every single thing was happening so fast for every single person I was working with. I knew I needed to take all of this information and everything that I am to the world. And so that is what I have done. So why I do what I do. So my mother was the greatest gift to me, right? So she was a victim of domestic violence. My mother had a horrific life experience. So this also caused us, my sisters and I, to have a horrific life experience. Because we take on our mother's identity and because we are all born natural healers, we want to heal. And when we can't heal, we get ourselves into a space where we feel like we're inadequate, like we're not good enough. And that's another reason why we have all these different belief systems about our worthiness and what we deserve. So we're also going to move through some of that stuff today so that we can really get through to the bottom of this. So my mother is I love her. She's with me every day. I actually just learned from Corrine, one of the psychics I'm going to do a live video with so that you guys can learn about her gifts. She actually told me, you know, you can connect with your mom in meditation, which I don't know why I never thought about doing that. And then when I did it, my mom was there instantly. And then she started like sending me feathers throughout my life, and I was able to see her a lot. But my mom did die. She died 2 weeks before my 17th birthday. And she was a victim of domestic violence. It was a terrible thing. And I knew that when that happened, that it wasn't what we are taught in religion is that you're punished, right? There's just things that happen to you that you're punished for. That's what happens when bad things happen. We think we're being punished when that really wasn't what it was, because my mom really was a beautiful person. And so I knew that I had to do something about it. I knew I had to learn the truth. So when I was younger, I had a lot of different gifts, but religious programming caused me to go into fearing it. You know, I had the gift of prophecy. I could read people. I could hear people's thoughts. And so I thought that there was something wrong, or that the devil was in my mind trying to take control of me. And so I cut it off. And from the time I cut it off until the time I reawakened it, I went into what they would call a dark night of the soul. Now that was a period of decades that happened. So when you have these gifts and when you turn them off out of fear, obviously you're going to experience fear-based reality, because that's what your motivation is. So when you awaken your gifts and you know that you're good and that they were given to you because so that you could bless the world, then your life totally changes. So that was what my experience was. So when I realized that I was also repeating my mother's experience, I was in an abusive relationship after abusive relationship. I was a teen mom, and then I had my son also when I was 24. So I was very young. I was on state aid. I didn't know what was going on. I just knew that I needed to live a better life, that I was worth more than that. So it was like stuck in the density. I was also chose someone who also rejected God. So I didn't know what to do. There was no answer for me until I learned about the archangels and the goddesses, which is what I had to go through all of that terrific experience. I call it terrific experience rather than traumatic experience, because at the time it was traumatic, but now that I look back, I can see how beautifully divinely orchestrated it was. And that is the same thing for you as well. So all of the things that you've experienced in your life, you've experienced, but it hasn't been just for nothing. Like, it has something to do with what you came here to do. It has something to do with your desires that you now desire. And you couldn't even have the desires that you now have, or even be in the space to receive them, had you not experienced the things that you've experienced. Now, what I'm going to teach you and show you is how to dissolve those energetic hooks that is keeping you recreating these things over and over and over again, because you don't have to still live in them. You can transcend them. And when you use the power of the divine, for those of you who are following me, you know already that it is so amazing, and life does happen for you very, very quickly. So this is for you if you are ready for magic and miracles. I mean, like to the next degree. Like what we've been experiencing in the group and even in the last course is literally just the tip of the iceberg. Because once you have the weight cleared, then you just get into this space where you're free flowing and you're free sailing and things just happen for you so beautifully and amazing. You don't even worry or think about the money, because as long as you're serving from your heart, you're feeling safe on earth and you know that you are living on purpose, money just comes from all over, because all of the contrast with money that you've experienced has allowed you to put all of that into your vortexual energy cycle. And once you allow yourself to be in a state of alignment and receive it, then it starts coming in very, very quickly. So the rise of the divine feminine is calling you to live a bigger life. You can see what's going on in the world and how the women are really uprooting all of the wounding that has been keeping us suppressed for centuries and really taking a look at it so that we can heal it. Now, fortunately for me, I do know how to heal this very, very quickly. It's what I do with all of my clients, and it's why they experience astronomical success so quickly. So you are in the right space, which is beautiful and amazing. So life really began opening up for me with the angelic realm assisting me. So I highly, highly encourage you to start using Archangel Michael as your right-hand man, because he really is the one that does everything from soul purpose to getting you out of situations to helping you to even manifest what you want to manifest. That's why with the rise of the sacred feminine, the new you list, I have you do that whole beginning angelic invocation so that you can manifest things quickly. It's also why everyone who did this last year is manifesting their things, because they're all opening the letters now. And I did not plan that, right? Like this is all happening to show you, not only show you, but to show them how powerful it is for me. I didn't plan any of this. I got into alignment. I knew what I came to do. I followed my intuition even when I was scared. I invested even when I didn't have the money, and things just started unfolding for me in the most beautiful way. And it continues to do this every single day. So love and money. So now I'm dancing with the light and healing. I'm awakening and teaching others how to do the same. My daily life literally is magic and miracles. Like I have synchronicities and serendipities that happen to me 30,000 times a day. It's as if spirit is talking directly to me. I mean, spirit really is directly talking to you through me, talking to you through the signs, talking to you through the synchronicities. Anytime you look at something and you read it, whether it's a funny meme or a quote, or you hear somebody say something, anytime that happens and it makes you feel open and expansive, that is spirit talking to you. Anytime you see something that causes fear or triggers worry or pain or wounding, that is not the divine speaking to you. That is your fears triggering you and guiding you into a space that is shutting you off. And it also has to do with the way that our human selves are designed, because 80% of our consciousness is designed to look for the problem within our brain, so that we're filtering for problem all the time so that we can avoid it. Now, that's what happens when your human self, after you've experienced tragedy after tragedy, or even a little bit of trauma, has become the conditioned part of you, because you come into this place where you're biologically addicted to that. So your brain will scan for it, and you will literally need the cellular release to keep the hormones flowing so that you become addicted to the drama and you don't even realize that you're doing it. So the more that you can get connected to your inner self and who you are, the more you're going to allow yourself to really be open to that right side, logic side, so that the soul part can come through and then be the one doing the dancing rather than your brain. So in this masterclass, we're going to go over manifesting rituals, clearing rituals. We're going to speed up your manifesting and how and why, so that you can take your power back and change it. Because it's really important for you to know how and why these things happen, so that you can become conscious in a situation and change. So this is like a shortened version of 17 years of research. So you are the divine sister who came here to rise and show others the way. I absolutely love this image because it is true. It is so true. You know it, you feel it. Everyone who follows me, everyone who is in my group, everyone who does any of my courses is part of the imaginary cells that are here to awaken humanity and consciousness to love. So I love that I get to be the leader in this, because it is so beautiful and amazing. So your underlying feeling is what does the creating. So it's my job to help you to understand, right? So what I'm going to invite you to do right now is, what is it that you desire to have answered during this webinar? Like, what part of you called you to this masterclass to have answered, right? What is it that you want to know? Maybe even just taking some time to writing that down is going to let you help it. Shannon, she said, you're a wonderful and special leader. Thank you for answering your soul's calling. Thank you. Here, I need to do something really quick. I need to move this down so that I can see. So I see a couple of you raising your hands, and just know that I'm going to move through this so that we can move into the rest of our day so that we can get through this as quickly as possible because it's a lot of information. Okay. Okay, here we go. So let's see. I'm hoping that you can all hear me. Hold on 1 minute. I need to close this because I think this might be in the way of you guys. Can you guys see this chat box when I'm on screen share? Can you see that, or am I the only one that can see that? Can you let me know? Maybe if I move it all the way up. I can hear you, and yes, I can see it. Okay, let me close it. Okay, so for those of you who are on here, Jessica, you can't see it. Okay, so for those of you who are on here, I'm gonna actually close the chat box. So if you are on here and you have my cell phone number, if I get to a point where I cut out or something, please text me so that I can do it because it's in the way. Okay, here we go. Okay, ready? Okay. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so what do you hope to have answered during this masterclass, and what do you deeply desire to know? So you're gonna wanna stay to the end because we're gonna do the sacred clearing on your limiting beliefs. So get a pen and a pad, shut off all distractions like I said before. I'm gonna also share with you, if you are called, what the Rise of the Sacred Feminine course is. We are starting that on 11/11. So 11/11 is, there's also gonna be a bonus month, but I'll explain all of that to you later for those of you who are interested. So let's continue on this. So let's go into this. Just knowing, what do you deeply desire to know? So obviously my job is to quantify your journey, to close the gap between what you're now living and what you want. So you can tell what you believe based off what you're living. I didn't like this when I first heard this either, because I was just learning about belief systems, how our beliefs dictate our realities, how our beliefs shape our perspectives, and our perspectives shape our behavior. It like triggers our behavior. However we're perceiving an experience, it triggers our behavior, which then invokes the law of attraction by our strong emotion, which then brings more of the same to us. So you can tell exactly what you're believing based off what your life looks like right now. Now, having you do the New You workbook is going to allow you to really see the belief systems that you need to have to be your highest and best self, and the belief systems that you currently have that are limiting you. Now, the only way you can begin to really transform them is to see both of them, to be able to see by on the side that is limiting you and on the side that is enhancing you, so that you can start to embody those parts of you that are enhancing, because you really want to be able to be in a space where you are vibrating it, where you believe it, where you're expressing it, because things happen so fast. Now, it can't be a fake believing. It can't be a fake knowing. You can fake it till you make it, but then there's going to be a point in time when you're going to have an external situation that is going to challenge you. Now, if you have everything that you need already programmed in your subconscious programming by doing any kind of program that does hypnosis, NLP, Reiki, all of that stuff, then you're going to be able to have the foundation that you need, and the limiting stuff's not even going to come to you. Only the things that are in alignment with what it is that you desire will come to you, because that's just the way that it works. So becoming self-realized is really the only way to live a life of freedom, happiness, and success. And with the tools that I'm going to teach you, you're going to be able to do this fluidly for the rest of your life. So make sure that you stay tuned on the manifesting stuff that we're going to do. Go to the next one. Why are you not working? Oh. So get out your New You list, your belief list, and compare them. So remember the list that I had you do in the, like, who you are. So compare those lists. Compare the you that you desire to be with the life that you're desiring to live 1 year from now. And all the beliefs that you need to have that she has, and also the beliefs that you currently hold and just look at them, right? Just compare them. Because you just want to be able to see where you're at. It's kind of like a marker. It's not like a detriment, like, oh my gosh, this is what I believe, I'm stuck. No, it's like, okay, this is what I've been learned and conditioned to believe. And now I can see what I need to believe. So guess what? I can learn and be conditioned to believe those things too, right? Okay, let me go back into this. I'm going to stop the share just for one moment. Let's see. I'm not sure if you guys are meaning to raise your hands, but hands are being raised. So if you could hold your hand raising to the end, that would be amazing. And then you can even ask, you can ask a question live on here. That's awesome. Okay, so let me get through this so that I have time to answer your questions, because that would be cool to like be able to do that. Okay. Share. Here we go. Play. So getting out your new list so that you can see it, so that you can compare, so that you have it. Okay. All right. So your relationship with you and how it came to be. So I actually love this. This was like a dove experiment that was done by a forensic artist that had people come in, and they were all in a lobby together, and then they would come in randomly and they would describe a certain person. And the way that they would describe them is the sketch that you see on the right. So this is how other people see you. And then that person would come in and that person would describe themselves, and now the sketch artist couldn't see what they look like. So the way that that person described themselves is what you see on the left. Now this is a pure indication of what we believe about ourselves. Now we are our biggest critics. That self-voice, that self-talk voice that you have in your consciousness has been developed from the time that you were little till now. And so it's one of the reasons why it's so hard to change patterns, because when we're constantly criticizing ourselves in our minds and our consciousness, it kills you. It literally stifles your DNA. It shuts off your receiving mode. You don't allow yourself to open up and be even feel like you're confident enough to be able to be successful. And you can tell by the success that you're reaching in your current business right now. You can tell by whether you are in alignment with living out your purpose right now. You can tell by how much money you have in your bank account right now, how much you're allowing yourself to receive, in contrast, in comparison to what it is you really want to experience. So your relationship with yourself really is the most important relationship that you'll ever have, because your relationship with yourself says what you're going to have, what kind of your relationship you're going to have with every other person. So the way that we get our identity blueprints is we get our identity blueprints mainly from our mothers and the other people around us. So even if your mom wasn't influencing you in the world, in life, remember that you were in her womb for the first 9 months of your life. That means that every thought, every feeling, every emotion that she had was transferred to you, and also the hormonal release that occurred when she was having those experiences that then presented you with how you were going to be molded and grown and shaped in the womb. So mothers who are high stress, their children will come out with more energy in their limbs so that they can fight, so that they can go into the fight or flight. Moms that are in a state of love and very peaceful, their children come out with a more active prefrontal cortex. Like all of their brain is more intact and more activated. So really, you chose the mom you chose to help you go through the things that you needed to go through so that you could come to this rise, because we are in the space where the feminine is rising. Now, you have to become conscious that this is what happened. So how your mother felt about herself is how we learn and feel about ourselves, because it's the modeling, it's the point of reference. We like to believe that we are independent, that we are our own selves, that once you leave the house, that your parents don't have any influence over you. But the truth is that you grew up and you were molded and you were shaped under them. And so to stay within the tribe, you watch what they did with their money, you watch what they did with their relationships, you watch what they did with themselves, and then you model it, because that is how your brain believes you are going to be able to survive on this planet. Now, we want to survive within our tribes. No one wants to move out of the tribe. This is why only 5% of the world makes more than $500,000 a year, because most people want to stay where they are so that they stay within their tribe. The amazing thing is that more of us that break through that and more of us that get to the other side of it, we then give other people permission to do it. So then we're going to create the dominance where all of our tribe is in that high-flowing, unique expression of being who they truly are and returning to love, which is the journey that we're all on. So thank you so much for being in this space and allowing yourself to break through that atmosphere into another one so that you can allow yourself to be reprogrammed, so that you can allow yourself to be in alignment with your soul. So you're also here to help the feminine rise, because it's why you chose to be a woman at this time and space, and also why you're here now. So if your environment was stressed in any way, this is all scientific information, by the way. This is not just something that conclusions that I've come to. This is real science that's been done. If you want to know the real science, you can watch another one of my webinars, on my master classes, on my YouTube, or you can read my book, either one, or you can even just know all the reference of the science that you have read throughout your life. So we believe that we're the cause, because 0 to 7 is our subconscious imprint phase. So when your subconscious mind is the only thing that's active, it's taking in everything that's going on, and it's like a solid truth in your subconscious mind. So we believe that we're one with everything. And if our mom is sad, we believe that we're the reason that she's sad. If our dad is mad, we believe we're the reason that he's mad. And so we'll do everything we can to try to create homeostasis so that everybody can be in balance. And when we can't do it, we take it personally and it shatters our identity. So the way that others talk to you and treated you, it molds you to believe who you believe yourself to be. It molds you into believing you're a certain person, because we are looking externally for internal validation, which is what we continue to do in relationships. It's what we continue to do in our lives. Very few people in the world know who they truly are. Very few people in the world are in that space of true love where they are not in a triggering state, where they're not feeling like they need to protect themselves. Every time you feel triggered, even if you're in an argument in a relationship, it's because there's a fear under the surface that something's going to happen to you if you don't protect yourself. So you're either going to go into a state of fight or you're going to go into a state of flight. There are only two emotions, two real emotions, and that is the emotion of love and the emotion of fear. Anything that is not love is the emotion of fear. And when you are in a state of fear, there's something under the surface that's threatening you, that's telling you that you're going to be harmed. So it causes you to be triggered and go into that state of being, which then just creates more for you. So I'm going to teach you how to become very conscious of that throughout this webinar, this masterclass. And you're also going to know how to transform it in the moment so that you can move through it, so you're not a victim to your past. So another way that we get identity blueprints is trauma and shock. Anytime you have a trauma, a traumatic experience, a heartbreak, anything like that, it causes your conscious mind to shut down and your subconscious mind to be full open. That's what they call shock. And the reason that happens is so that your subconscious mind can absorb and remember everything that's going on to keep you away from being hurt like that again ever. And so if like your parents had a fight, or if your dad had an affair on your mom, or your mom had an affair on your dad, or whatever it is, they split up, your subconscious mind will then program relationships equal pain into your consciousness. And even though there's that part of you that desires to be loved, you will seek out a partner that is going to play both parts. So that's why we fall in love and then we're hurt, and then we fall in love and then we're hurt, because we're in this constant cycle of repetition, because our subconscious mind is programmed that is what these things are. Now, it's not until you become conscious of these patterns that you can then break away from them and shape them and heal those parts of you that are doing the attracting, so that you can attract harmonious relationships, whether it's the relationship that you're currently in or a new one. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. So also the bad versus good, there's seeds of destruction. God is an angry, punishing God, right? Original sin, regardless of whether you're religious or not. There are humanity that has moved over to the Western world has been plagued with these belief systems of original sin. I mean, everybody knows about that, right? Adam and Eve, they were kicked out of the garden because Eve had Adam do something wrong, and that's why we're cursed with periods. So there's all this stuff about feminine suppression that's going on underneath the surface. We have the bad girl syndrome, especially if you were rebellious, if you kind of knew that your parents' rules were bullshit, so you ran against them, or society, or politics, or whatever it is. You have that bad girl syndrome, which then makes you believe that you deserve to be punished. So that leads to not good enough, not worthy enough. And so all of that begins to take place and further solidifies this as you move along throughout your life. Another identity blueprint is sexual abuse, mental and emotional abuse, angry parents, sibling rivalry, guilt, shame, rejection, abandonment. So your I am becomes derogatory. And you all know that the I am is the most powerful 2 words in the entire language. I am, whatever you say after I am becomes your reality. Sexual abuse, when you have sexual abuse, it causes you to vibrate at the lowest vibrational scale of guilt and shame. So all of that will block your receiving. So when this starts to happen, your sacral chakra shuts down. Your receiving is affected. Even if you didn't directly experience sexual trauma and it's in your lineage, like one of your grandparents did, you will then also be born with the DNA structure to protect you, to keep you away from what you feel is going to hurt you. So even on a scientific level, they even have done this study with rats and cherry blossom smell and being shocked. And when they're shocked and smell cherry blossoms, the rats then begin to be afraid of just the smell. The shock isn't even there, but they're just afraid of the smell. So then their offspring also will be afraid of the smell, even if they never even experience that. So that's how it gets passed down throughout the lineage, is through the experience of it happening once. So when you do this work to heal this, when you do this work to open up your sacral, to heal all of that, you're healing it on a DNA level, and you're also healing it for all those that came before you and all those that are coming after you, because then you're changing your DNA and you're not going to be afraid of it. So your children are not going to be afraid of it. So it's not going to happen, right? Whatever we resist persists. So as all of these things are experienced, coping skills are created, and then you go through life. So you can think part of your personality is really good. Part of your personality is affirmative in who you are. It's affirmative in what you want to experience. It's like good days and bad days, right? So you just take the totality of what you're experiencing and you can see the dominant vibration. Most women who come to me, they are probably at about 20% limitation and 80% or 80% limitation and 20%, in that flow, in that knowing who they are. There's nobody that's at 0% of knowing who they are. You are either at 2%, 3%, 15%, 20%, 50%. It doesn't even matter. When you get to the dominant side of it, of knowing who you are and having these things healed, and you come home to more of yourself, and you are at least 75% of that, the rest just flows through. So it's not like all this stuff that you experienced. You're not a victim to your past. You have to become conscious and awaken it and heal those patterns of your consciousness so that you can move through it. So then we also have childhood friends, school friends, sports, grades, being accepted. All of this gets programmed into your consciousness, and the Gestalt principle will keep it there. So just think back to your life experience and your experience on the playground. A lot of us, most of us who are healers, we're not part of the crowd. So we were either kicked out of groups, or we were picked on, or whatever it is, because we weren't meant to be part of a group. We were meant to be leaders of the group, right? I remember when I was going through my awakening and I heard that those who have experienced the most traumatic past have the biggest life purpose. And I have actually proven that to be true with my own life experience. So if you've experienced a lot of negative things, it's okay. Not only did you come here to balance the karma, to fulfill your soul contracts, to have your agreements fulfilled, you also came here to experience that, so that on the other side of it is literally heaven on earth. So that's what I do, is I help you get to the heaven on earth so that you can live that and not have that wounding anymore, that reactionary response to it. So the Gestalt principle happens when you have a traumatic experience that occurs. A program is created in your consciousness, and it's a memory. It's a memory of the thing that happened. And then you go through your day, like the next day and the next day and the next day, and people think that time heals. And while time does desensitize you and time does heal in an essence, if you can think about that thing that occurred and think about it, and it still triggers you, it's still in effect affecting your behavior. And the reason that it's doing that is because when the trauma is experienced, all like experiences are then linked to that root trauma. So it's like a protection mechanism. So let's say that you were in a relationship with a man who wore a certain watch or smelled a certain way, and he really hurt you. He broke your heart. And you left that relationship, and then you always had that piece of you that wasn't feeling that great. Anytime another man would come into your experience that either had the same watch or smelled the same or had the same mannerisms, even if that person wasn't going to end up like your last, your brain will go into that automatic defense and you will sabotage your experience. We do this with success too. If we've ever had an experience where we have deemed what we were trying to do as a failure, as not being good enough, that goes logged into our brain. So anytime we reattempt to be successful, our brain will literally send off alarms to keep us from doing the thing that's going to liberate us, because it thinks it's keeping us safe because of the danger of what already happened. So most of us are living as a victim of our past. It's why you wake up every morning and you're experiencing the same thing day to day, because you are programmed into triggering, right? Think about when you wake up in the morning, what does your brain start doing? It literally starts scanning. And when it scans for something, it then goes into a whole neuronal pattern of an emotional response that linked to that thing. That's because of the Gestalt principle. That's because it is a program in your consciousness that then links all these other like things to it. So then this causes the law of attraction to be on repeat. So it transfers into adulthood and it shows up as energetic blocks and self-sabotage. So all of you are in this space of creation, and we are wanting to create a new reality. And so there's a point in time when we have that resistance that happens between our old reality and our new reality. And so we feel that, and some people never break through that because they're trying to do it on their own. And some people do break through it, and they go on to then teach other people how to do it because what they learned was so fucking amazing. So this is one of the experiences that I had, right? So everything is unique to each individual. This is why it's so important to learn your own patterns, to learn your own self, to be your own advocate, so that you can become self-realized, because you have your own set of dreams, you have your own set of desires, you have your own life purpose, you have your own dharma, right? You have all of these things that you have for yourself that you have to become self-realized so that you can experience them. So I wanted to share one of my clients' stories with you so that I can give you a picture idea of how this affects you. So she came to me because she wanted a new career. She wasn't happy. She wasn't making enough money in the career that she was in, and nothing was working out for her. And she also wanted to manifest a soulmate because she was continuously manifesting men who weren't available. Right? They just kept being unavailable. She would get her heart. They would seem like they were promising, and then they would become unavailable. They would just disappear on her, and she'd be left again. Well, when we went into her subconscious mind through hypnosis and NLP, which is the divine effect, there was a memory that she had not consciously remembered of being 2.5 years old. I think she was around 2.5, 3.5, when her mother left her. Her mom abandoned her, left her in the bathtub, and just left her with her father, left their family, and didn't come back into her life for 10, 20 years later. Well, after that happened, now think of this little girl at 2.5, 3.5 years old, and her mom putting her in the bath. She kind of knows that something's wrong. She doesn't know what's going wrong because you can feel it. And then her mom leaving. Now imagine when her dad comes in to get her out of the bath, and then her going to bed that night and waking up in the morning and knowing her mom's not there, and then going to bed and waking up, and going to bed and waking up, and going to bed and waking up. So this is how it happens, right? We go through life. It's a childhood experience, and moving forward, it becomes a stacked emotion. We forget about the root because we go into coping. So you're not really like, oh yeah, when I was 2.5, my mom left me, and that's why I'm afraid of men. Like, you're not thinking that that's even associated because you're so busy living your day-to-day life, you've forgotten that happened. Now, fortunately, when you go into the subconscious mind, you can reprogram these memories because our memories are malleable. Your brain does not need to remember the color of the wall or the color of the shoes that you were wearing if it's not important to what happened. So because of that, we can move things around and program in a new way with a higher understanding so that your brain remembers it in a new way, and you actually realize that it happened for you. Because the truth is, her mother was not stable or fit to be a mom at that point in time. She would have done more damage to her had she stayed in her life. But Rochelle, as a little girl, didn't know that. All she knew is that she was abandoned and that she wasn't good enough. So she carried that with her for the rest of her life. So each and every one of us have an experience in our past that is operating within us, that is keeping us, thinks it's keeping us protected from success. It thinks it's keeping us protected from being hurt, from relationships. You know, you're keeping yourself in a money pattern because it's safe. You're keeping yourself in a relationship pattern because it's safe. You're keeping yourself in a career pattern because it's safe, because that's where you feel comfortable, even if it doesn't feel comfortable. So after we healed this, and she's actually one of the ones when I was like, holy shit, I can't believe how well this works. Because it was only a matter of 2 or 3 weeks before she manifested a new job and a new love. After we went in and transformed this memory and healed it, and then gave her a new identity, a higher understanding, it was like a piece of her had healed. So for those of you who worked with me, you know that this is how it feels. It's like you're coming home more and more and more to yourself. You're healing more of yourself. You're healing more of that identity. You're knowing who you truly are. You're aligning with your soul, and things are starting to happen for you more rapidly. And this is why. Because when you heal these parts of yourselves, you just know, even if you've had any kind of other energetic healing, Reiki healing, if you've done hypnosis, like, you know this already, like, you know how it happens. It's just that it can happen so much faster. It doesn't have to take your whole life, right? So the science of the inner child. So there's the emotional triggers. So anytime you're triggered, you know, they'd say like, oh, you're acting like a child, or you're so immature, it's childlike behavior, those kind of things. Well, that's because it literally is. When you get into an experience where you are having that, where you are being emotionally triggered, it's because it is taking you back to that time and space, because it's an immature expression. When you get triggered in your day-to-day life, pay attention. Next time you go through your life and something triggers you, tune into that and see, where does this come from? What do I have to believe about myself is true in order to feel this way? Because you have to believe something is true that's in opposition to what the truth really is about yourself in order to feel that way. And it's taking you back to a protection mechanism. That's why it causes you to just go into that burst, because your subconscious mind is saying, fight or flight, we're going to be hurt. You need to do this. So the whole goal is to dissolve those triggers as they come up, so that they do not continue to come up, so that you do not have to live in the cycle of pain and hurt anymore. Because every time you have an emotional response like that, you're sending out a signal that the law of attraction then has to match and brings to you again and again and again and again until it is healed. It's just the way that it works. Thank God that we have these different modalities that can help us to move through these things very quickly, so that we can be happy, so that we can be more of who we are. Because when it's not healed, it affects your attraction, it affects what you allow yourself to receive and achieve, it affects your relationships with others, your health, your happiness, your success, it affects everything. So another story too is, this is also how this unconscious happens, right? It's not that it's unconscious and it's hiding from you. It's that it's unconscious and you're not being consciously aware of it so that you can change it. Because everything, there's nothing hiding from you. Whatever you're living in your reality right now is being shown to you. Your beliefs, whatever you believe, your experiences in life are all being shown to you based off what you're living. And a lot of it is really good, because you've done a lot of work. You've healed a lot of this stuff throughout your life. It's the stuff that isn't healed that's keeping you from experiencing what you want to experience. And once those things are healed and transcended, you experience them faster, because you become a more magnificent vibration. So for Tara, she was going through her life. Her marriage was out of control. Her children were out of control. Everything. Her money was out of control. She didn't know what was going on. So when we went into her subconscious mind, she did not even consciously remember this memory. But when we went into her subconscious mind with the divine effect, she had a memory that came up, because when you learn how to talk directly to your subconscious mind, rather than thinking that it's some elusive thing, or that it's not there, or that it's actually bad fighting you, because once you do that with the ego and you make the fight between the two minds, you're done. Like, you will not make any headway. You will not make any progress. Your subconscious mind is there to help you. Your ego is that part of you that needs to be healed and transcended, because it's a wounded part of you, wherever it came from, another lifetime, this lifetime, it doesn't even matter. It's showing up now. So when you go into the subconscious mind and you speak to the subconscious mind, and you can do this by yourself. I teach everyone how to do this in all of my courses, so that they know how to move through this quickly. It's why they make so much progress in such a short amount of time. You can go in and actually heal that part of you and grow it up. Now, when it's very traumatic, you obviously have to have a session, which is also why in this next course, I'm including sessions for this experience for everybody who signs up. So when we went into her subconscious mind, she had an experience where she was at her mom's friend's house, and she thought she was being a big girl going to the potty by herself. And when she reached around to wipe herself, she knocked over this statue that was from this island that was a precious statue. Well, when her mom and her mom's friend heard the crash, who her mom's friend was a man, they came running into there to see what had happened, and they saw that she had broke it. Well, her mom went into hysteria, grabbed her, and started beating her naked ass. So what did that mean to her? That meant, think of her as a little girl that did that. And you know, for our generation, our parents used physical violence, physical abuse to punish us, right? Like spanking, belts, flicking, pinching, smacking, whatever it was, emotional abuse, all those things. So when that happens, especially if you come from like the military generation, because that's what they were taught, so then that's what they regurgitate. It's the same thing. It's like all this wounding that goes on within you. And so when that happened to her, she she came to the conclusion that every time she tried to do something good, something bad would happen. So that's what she continued to recreate. So when we went into that space and were able to heal that part of her, then that changed. That part of her changed. She started to heal. She started to love herself more. Things started opening for her. Like all of this stuff starts happening for you once you do this. So here's the truth. None of this childhood wounding means shit. So you're not a prisoner of your past. That is, if you become conscious of your triggering and learn how to redirect. It does not matter what happened to you in your past. All that matters is what you're doing right now and the dreams and desires that you have right now, and you're working towards them right now. And when something comes up, when your vibration is triggered, that you're conscious of it, that it's showing itself to you because it needs to be healed so that you can experience what you came here to experience, what you said you wanted to experience, what you wrote down. So you have to ask to be made a conscious creator of your patterns and conditioning so that you can change them. You cannot just continue to walk around on autopilot, because autopilot is just going to get you what it's always gotten you, which is exactly where you are. If you want to be so much further ahead, if you wrote down on your list of things that you want to experience in the next year, and it is things like multiplying your income tenfold, or things like multiplying your reach, you have to do the inner work so that you can be the vibrational match to it. That is the law of the universe. You have to be a vibrational match to it. So we'll only allow ourselves to experience what we've been conditioned to believe that we are worth and deserve. You are on the path of enlightenment. So know that you're on the path of enlightenment. Congratulate yourself for being on the path of enlightenment, knowing that you're in the right place at the right time, allowing yourself to reprogram on all levels, right? The energy work, physical, brain connection. Like, you have to be in a state of allowing. So how can I open up to receiving even more of the good things for me today? So how many of you deliberately created your day today? How many of you did that? You know, to think about that. Like, how many of you woke up this morning and deliberately created your day? How many of you did segment intending? Like, how many of you were deliberate with your energy? How many of you surrounded yourself with white light? How many of you engaged the universal forces to help you? Right? You really have to think about these things, because you have to be deliberate, or you're just going to be living on autopilot. How many of you meditated? Right? How many of you meditated? Like, really think about this. When you're not deliberate, you will experience Groundhog Day over and over and over again, because you're neurologically programmed based off your past. You have to wake up. Okay, so this is something I want to do right now, because it really, really is so amazing. So we're going to do a sacral awakening. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the share for just a moment, because I really do want to invoke. No, I don't want to do a new share. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. We're going to do a chant. We're going to invoke the goddess, because it really is amazing to do this. So I'm going to type in the chant so that we can all do it together. What, Maria? Holy shit, you answered what I wanted to know today already. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so let's go into this. So we're going to do a sacral awakening right now, because it's really, really, really important to do this. We're making a lot of progress, actually, like so much progress. So for you to know how and why you got to where you are, is also going to help you to change it, because you're not going to be a victim to those patterns anymore. You're not going to be a victim to that conditioning. When you're triggered, you're going to know. You're going to be like, okay, you know what? There's some lie here. There's something going on under the surface. There's some part of me that is hurt, that's wanting to keep me safe. So let me just go heal this part of me really quick, so that I can, right? So that I can have a harmonious relationship. It is really beautiful. Okay, so let's go into it. Let me do the screen share again, because I really love this part. So I'm going to also invite you to invoke the power of the goddess to help you manifest what it is you said you wanted to, with all your belief systems that you said you wanted to experience. So get out your papers, right? Get out your papers. Michelle, love my morning routine and chanting. I know, Michelle. I know you're doing the work. I know a lot of my women in here are like, I meditated this morning. I set my day, right? I, even for as advanced as I was, some days I was not segment intending my day. Like I really just started doing that again because I remembered how powerful it was. So segment intending is something that I teach in my courses. It's amazing. It's so powerful. And when you also have the life map, which is, I'm going to talk to you about that too, the life map, the subconscious programming of the life map, it's just fucking phenomenal. You just, I mean, you girls know, like you know, the ones who are in my group. Okay, let's see. Going into the screen share again. So we're going to go into this space. After I close that. So if you can't, I invite you to chant out loud. And if you're in a space where you're not really wanting to do that, just listen, just allow yourself to be. So the chant is Hreem, Shreem, Kleem, Param, Shwari, Swaha. So this is the invocation of the goddess. So Shreem is the sound of wealth and auspiciousness. So if you want to manifest auspiciousness and wealth into your life fast, Shreem is going to be the chant that you're going to use. That's Lakshmi sound. And the reason that it works is because it's an ancient sound that has been known, and still to this day, there are millions of people that go to these temples that are doing this sound. And remember, there is no time and space. So you connecting to that energy, and when you say this sound and you send it out from your heart and your sacral, you are sending that vibration, especially if you're thinking about what you want to experience, you're sending that vibration out into the universe. And when you send that vibration out into the universe, it then will have to match, because whatever your vibration is, you are then at that moment a perfect match to what it is you're wanting to experience. So it speeds up your manifestation by 80% doing these chants. 80%, that's crazy, right? Okay, so for the divine feminine healing, a lot of us have very wounded sacral chakras, right? A lot of us have really shut down sacral chakras. And one of the things that you have to know is that when you start to awaken a certain chakra within your body, because there are energy portals into different areas of your life, that it will affect all the other chakras. Because in order to have a happy, harmonious life experience, all of your chakras are in balance. I mean, that's ideally the way to live. And it really is easy to get to that space. It's not as hard as everyone makes it seem to be. Like it really is easy. It does take focus and intent and understanding. It's why it's so important to do these kinds of programs, so that you're in that cohesive group experience, so that you are helping each other. That is one of the things that I love the most about the women who join my courses. They're so loving and supportive of each other. You develop friendships that you didn't even know that you could possibly have. And you just help each other move through this stuff, because it's just beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to take your right hand, and you're going to place your right hand, because your right hand is your giving hand, right on your sacral chakra, which is below your navel and right above your pubic bone. So just close your eyes and take your left hand and put it on your heart space. And just take a deep breath and breathe out, and just sit with this for a minute. And you can summon a goddess, you can summon Aphrodite. She is really, really profound in the sacral. I like to call forth Shakti, because Shakti is that creation energy. Shakti is the divine feminine of the universe. Shakti is that Gaia, Mother Earth energy. So sending that into your sacral. So tuning your heart space and sending your heart energy into your sacral. And just giving yourself permission. There is no wrong way to do this. And if you agree to allow that goddess energy to help you, that divine feminine sacred energy to flow through you, then just say yes. And then breathe in one more breath. And then feel that beautiful orange energy that carnelian energy, which carnelian is the crystal for this space. So if you have some, you might even want to put it there. When you wake up in the morning, I would highly recommend that you get carnelian and that you put it by your bedside, if not making it your gratitude rock. And when you wake up in the morning, before your thoughts run away, just taking that crystal and putting it right on your sacral, you will feel it move. You will feel it awaken. And breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to chant to awaken that goddess. So you can chant along with me or just listen and send that energy. Breathing in. Parameshwari Swaha. And we're going to do that 2 more times. So just allowing the vibrations to permeate your cells, that life force energy that comes through each and every cell to create biophotonic coherence in your body. So as you're chanting, your cells are listening to each other. They're in harmony. They're flowing. They're connecting. You're connected to that unified field. And now even think of your intention, right? Like what you want to experience in life, what you wrote on your letter. Just feel what that feels like to be living that. So feel what it feels like if you were living that now. And in this space, we allow ourselves to feel the resonance of what that life feels like. And we ask the goddess to assist us in manifesting it. And if you agree, then say yes. We ask the goddess to show us the way in what our heart calls to us. And we ask for the courage and the strength to take bold action in the direction of our dreams. And if you agree, then say yes. And breathe in. Parameshwari Swaha. And just allow this energy to travel throughout your body, setting aside any thoughts of, am I doing this right? Am I doing it wrong? Setting all of that false identity to the side and tuning into your truth of who you are, knowing that you are doing it right. And give yourself permission to do it right. If you agree, then say yes. And one more chant, breathing in. Parameshwari Swaha. Clean. So Claim is the invocation of Goddess Durga. So Goddess Durga is the goddess of clearing. So when you chant her energy, that chant, it clears your space. So you can finish with that. You can add it in. You can screenshot this and go back to this chant anytime you desire. You can feel in it, right? Like even my cells are vibrating right now. So just repeat after me. I am the divine feminine on the rise. Charlie's a boy. Charlie. They're going to be doing that for a minute. There's a delivery. Hold on 1 second. You coming or are you not? I'm closing the door. Hi guys. Okay, so where was I? Okay, let's see. Amber, when we were chanting, my dog woke up and was listening. Then when I said, I am the divine feminine, she licked up again. My dogs barked at the exact time. The male, yeah. I know, Jen, right? She said, oh my God, talking about jumping out of skin when Charlie barked. I know, I was like, he's like, wake up. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so now back to this space. So let's talk about soul purpose and dharma. We only have a little bit left to go. You all are doing so much. Doing so good, right? We're almost done. Let's see. I don't know if I can see. Someone wanted to know the time. I don't know. Okay, so it's 12:28. We started at 11:11. So an hour and 10, about an hour and 15 minutes or so. When you come back to listen to it, you can just listen to it from that point in time. Okay, so we're talking about soul purpose and dharma, right? So all of the things that you've experienced in your life, your soul has a plan, right? You can look into the work of Dr. Wise, of Dr. Newton. So you really want to get into a space where you're living from an intuitive place, not a primitive place, and you can't answer the calling on your life, because when your higher self is in charge, the desires in your heart are what you came here to experience. And so when your higher self is in charge, you allow yourself to experience those things a lot faster, a lot quicker. You're in alignment with it. You can program the patterns you need to succeed. It is the fastest way. There are actually 2 ways of programming, right? There's 2 different ways. So let me get to that space. So there's programming and repetition, or repetition to programming, right? One takes way longer and drops your odds by about 90%, and one increases your odds by 95%, and the rest takes care of itself. So you can guess which one does it. When you try to do repetition to programming, it's the very long way. And the reason that it's the long way is because you have, so 100% of your consciousness, 95% is subconscious, 5% is conscious. When you are attempting to do repetition to programming, you're going at it from the 5% to try to program the 95%. It's why it takes so long to learn new things. It's why it takes so long to when you have to do your alphabets, and in school you have to say it over and over and write it 100 times and write the definition, because that is repetition to programming. That does take a very long way to do it. When you're trying to change your patterns, the repetition to programming is like saying your I am statements over and over again, trying to change patterns, but then when something happens, it throws you back into that trigger, and that's because you cannot change the pattern of a trauma that occurred unless you go into the subconscious mind and transform it, because it's there. It's just there. You can get into alignment and not even have to think about it or worry about it. And if you can stay in alignment 75 to 80% of the time, then you're already on your way there. Like it's already happening for you. Now, most of us, it's not easy to do because we have experienced hardships in life. So it keeps yanking us back and yanking us back and yanking us back. So the fastest way to program for anything is through the programming, and any leader will tell you this. Bruce Lipton has done tons of studies on this. Joe Dispenza, tons of studies on this. Greg Braden, tons of studies on this. So you want to go directly to the subconscious mind and then the repetition, and that increases your manifesting results by 95%. So like I said, becoming self-realized, because your soul purpose is unique to you. You can go out there and buy all the programs to make more money. You can go out there and buy all the programs to try to make your business better. But if you do not have the foundational belief system in yourself, in your success, in who you are and what you came here to do, that success that you experience from purchasing all these other things is going to be very short-lived. You have to have the programming and the patterning in order to sustain it. And you can do it. I mean, that's what I do. So learning how to source and transform a pattern in the moment so you can stay in alignment. So these are also the things I'm going to teach you how to do. So after working in depth with hundreds of women, I've been blessed with the abilities to transform them and watch their lives unfold miraculously. Fortunately, I can do this virtually and without even you being in my presence. I have every single time I'm working on a woman, she will message me and say, I felt it, something happened, I knew you were doing that, and I didn't even tell her about it. So it really, really is powerful. Once you learn how to engage your power, you can affect everything and everybody. So what I do is reprogram memories on all levels and program in core self-love and divine support, because once you have that, you are unstoppable. So I help you connect you with your inner being so that you can tap into your unlimited power. So the divine effect is a blend of hypnosis, NLP, past life regression, energy healing, soul contracts, dissolving karma, higher understanding, connecting to spirit, goddesses, angelic healing. It's literally a force of nature and engages on all levels. It's very, very powerful. The reason in my courses that I include hypnosis, past life regression, NLP, Reiki Theta is because when you have all of the tools and all of the modalities and you are moving through them, your life just gets so much better, and there's no dollar amount that you could put on that is even going to be able to compare in what you get from it. It really is amazing. So the art of receiving, you are a powerful magnet. You have to know that. You must tip the scales and create more momentum for what you desire than for what you don't. So that's really what it is. When you're experiencing all the things you don't desire, it's because your power is focused in the wrong direction. Your power is focused on creating those things that you don't want to experience. Your focus is there. And when you change your focus and now you're focused on the experience and you actually believe that what you desire is happening every day, all the time, not just sometimes, it happens fast. When you actually believe that you're worthy and deserving, you know that you're worthy and deserving from the inside, from the core, you allow yourself to experience those things and more and more and more. So connecting with your divine feminine power allows you to tap into resources that were previously hidden. You can feel in the goddess chant that we just did, that was just a few seconds of a chant. Thinking about what that does for your life when you really tap into that. So your sacral chakra is the creative center and your receptive center. And when that is healed and open and flowing, and your root chakra is open and flowing, and your heart and your solar plexus and all of those earthbound chakras are open and flowing, you become magic. It really is amazing. So now we're going to go into the manifesting processes that I promised you. So get a pen and write this down, right? So the number one clearing statement, you want to engage your creators. So when you find yourself being triggered, it's going to take emotional power for you unless you have these triggers reprogrammed instantaneously. When you're in your day-to-day life, before you had hypnosis, before you had NLP, all these things, when you're in a situation that is triggering you, when you use your willpower to stop and go into another space and you say, I surrender this, whatever it is, right? I surrender this fight. I surrender this argument. I surrender this pain to the divine from the core of my being throughout all that I am, because when you say from the core of my being throughout all that I am, that's everything. I ask, allow, and receive in its place what it is that you want now from the core of my being. Kia, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I love you too. I was born at 1, 2, 3, 4. She just sent me that. It's cute. So when you're in that space, I ask, allow, and receive this in its place now from the core of my being throughout all that I am now. So screenshot this and use this clearing statement, because this is the #1 clearing statement that I teach to all my high levels that allows them to move through and pivot quick, so that you're not getting caught up, so that an argument lasts maybe 5 minutes instead of 5 fucking weeks, right? So that a trigger, a wounding, a pain point lasts 5 minutes rather than 5 years. So you want to use this, right? I surrender this, whatever it is, because whenever you surrender, you're giving it to God, right? It's giving it away. When you surrender something, you are letting it go. And when you engage your creator, whoever it is that you believe, you could use an angel, you could use the deity, you could use all that is, you could say the universe, it doesn't matter. Your subconscious mind knows there's something bigger than you that is operating your heart, that is healing your body. It will surrender. So when you say, I surrender this, it's like a let go. And tomorrow is a full moon. So if I were you, I would even do the ritual that we're going to do on your limiting belief process for whatever else you need. So it's perfect timing for us right now. So I surrender this to the divine from the core of my being throughout all that I am. And I ask, allow, and receive this. So for example, if it's an argument in a relationship, I surrender this argument, this pain within me, this wounded child within me that is feeling fearful, to the divine. And I ask, allow, and receive a harmonious relationship in its place. I ask, allow, and receive harmony within myself in its place now, from the core of my being throughout all that I am now. So that is the clearing statement. And when you say that, you will instantly feel amazing. I teach this to children. Children use it. Children love playing with Archangel Michael. There's so many different games that children can play with Archangel Michael, which is also why Kaylee has created an angelic mini course for them to teach them the different games to play with the archangels, which is amazing because they really do work. So when you teach this, when you do this, when you live this, you live free. Like nothing's going to keep you bound anymore because you're taking your power back, right? We are God force energy. We are the only species that has DNA that takes thought to form to expression. We're the only species on the planet that has the God code. Greg Braden talks about it. If you are interested in it, I would highly look into his work. DNA strands, we are the only ones that can take energy and create. We are literal gods. So when you say this energy in combination, in connection with the divine energy, because we are all from that source, you're taking your power back and it does work. So the #1 chakra clearing tool, which I didn't announce that I was going to be teaching this, but I really love this one, so I was like, I might as well, is the gold light of the divine activating the color of the chakra. So if you want more money, go to your root chakra and your sacral chakra, because your root chakra is that giving energy. It's where opportunities will come to you. That's usually where the father wounding is. If you want to receive what you've created, because most of us don't have a problem creating. We don't have a problem knowing what we want. We have a problem receiving it. So that is the feminine. Then you would do the gold light with the orange light of your sacral chakra. So you could do this in the morning, right when you wake up. When you're working out is a really good time to do it too, because you're activating that strength and that power with you. So becoming a magnet for what you desire. #1 is to write down nightly positive aspects, right? This is what I do. I also listen to my brainwave training. So for those of you who know me or have been following me, you know that the eocinstitute.org has brainwave training. And so what it is you listen to it. It's like 23 minutes long, and you listen to it with headphones. And when you listen to it, it synchronizes your brain waves to the same brainwave state that a monk who's been meditating for 20 or 40 years gets to. So rather than taking 20 or 40 years to get to that state of consciousness, we just listen to technology that does it for us. So you can also listen to your EOC when you're doing your nightly positive aspects. So what I do is I say, just make it simple, 10 favorite things about myself. And I have a journal by my bed. I put my headphones in and I write down 10 favorite things about myself. Because when you do that right before you go to sleep, you'll notice your dreams will change. You'll notice that you'll wake up feeling different about yourself. You'll notice that you're taking the time to really appreciate and love yourself. Nobody does that. Nobody stops and takes the time to really love themselves. We think that we need to be loving other people. We think that we need to be doing something to fix some area of our life, when really if we just come back to loving ourselves and developing that relationship with ourselves, The whole universe responds in kind. So the morning EOC, so for the EOC, you can go to eocinstitute.org. They do have a coupon if you do the free demo, so I would definitely do that. And then number 3 is daily gratitude. Do not skip daily gratitude. And that means not just thinking of the things, that means writing it down. You have to do these things. Remember, you're doing the rituals to programming. You have to do them every single day to keep yourself in that space, to keep yourself in that flow. You will get to a point in your life when you don't have to write everything down every day. You will get into a point in your life when your life is so amazing and everything is so good and you are healed and you know who you are and you're in alignment 99% of the time when you're on this journey. When you're following, when you're working with me, when you're doing these courses, you will get to that space. When you get to that space, you don't have to do so much work to do it. It just happens naturally. You just wake up that way. So knowing that is amazing. So challenge, this is an extra challenge that I put in here. So 3 days of only grateful thoughts. How would I rather feel is going to be your pivoting statement. So screenshot this so that you can have this. How would I rather feel is going to be your pivoting statement, because the second you ask your brain a question, it has to scan for the answer. So if you get yourself into a space and you're not wanting to feel that way, if you're looking at your bank account and you're not wanting to feel that way, how would I rather feel? Well, I would rather feel like I had more money in there. So then what you do, how would I rather feel? I would rather feel like I have more money in there. The second you do that, you begin the pivoting process, which then allows you to be open and receptive to more money-making opportunities, to more money coming to you. You can't receive if you're blocked. You just can't. So you have to open this up. So the master manifesting tool is connecting your heart chakra to your third eye chakra. So that is one of the most amazing things. So let's just do that right now. So everyone, just close your eyes and tune into your heart space. And take a deep breath and let it all go. And just say out loud, I am a powerful creator. And take your right hand and place it on your heart. You can feel that activation right when you touch your heart. Take your left 2 fingers and place them on your third eye center. And now consciously take your heart energy and move it up into your third eye. And now think of one thing you want to experience. And fill it with love. So just see what you see, feel what you feel, hear what you hear, and know what you know. And say, I allow myself to receive. So you can open your eyes now. You can feel the power of doing that. So when you're just learning this, when you're just learning to awaken your heart chakra and awaken your third eye chakra, you're going to want to use your hands to do this. So when you do your visualizations, if you use your hand and put it on your heart and activate that love center and then touch your third eye and think about what you desire, you're deliberately making a conscious connection with love. And then you're visioning what it is that you want to experience with love. After a while, you won't have to touch yourself anymore. It's just an automatic neuronal connection. So connecting your heart chakra to your third eye chakra, it activates your third eye chakra. You can do this for any of your chakras. Connect your heart chakra to your root chakra if you want to feel more grounded. So you use your right hand on your heart and your left hand to the chakra, or you can do whatever feels better. Depends on how much you have to move through and what your body is feeling at the time. So just honor your body. So that master manifesting tool will manifest what you desire. It does every single time, because now you've used the power of your heart, which is 5,000 times more powerful than any thought patterns, than any conditioning, than anything you have in your brain. So when you activate your heart energy, now obviously it's ideal to have that heart energy fully activated and your relationships healed so that you can, and that is the journey. So I do what I do so I can help others ascend and experience deep fulfillment. literally trying to do this yourself is like going to a foreign country where you don't speak the language or know the land. You need a tour guide who can show you the magic and translate the language and teach it to you. Like, it's common sense. You can learn all of this stuff, and then you go about your day to day, and then you get into a space where you're not doing it every day, or you're forgetting because you're on autopilot, because you have a lot of conditioning that has conditioned you into being the way you are every single day. And so when you're conditioned to do the things that you do every single day, when you try to change a pattern, you have a lot of resistance. Think about this. We eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's not ideally the way that our bodies are designed to eat. We just do that because we're conditioned. It's like Pavlov's bell, right? We do it because that's what we're conditioned to do. Now, if you were to stop doing that and start eating 6 times a day, it would be, you would at first, there'd be a lot of resistance. And then you'd get into a space where it was like a gradual transformation. Some people give up, some people don't make it because their past patterns are so strong that they won't allow them to. And some people, they just go full forward because they've experienced so much pain, they're fucking done with it and they're ready to experience something else. So wherever you're at on your journey, just acknowledging. You must train your vibration. So what you believe creates your reality. You have to change your belief and your reality changes, period. So step 1 is we ask with our emotions. Step 2 is believing. We do the work, express coherent gratitude, reprogram the resistance, and change our beliefs. Step 3 is receiving. We're in alignment. Our chakras are open and flowing. And that's a process of creation. That really is it. You can change your beliefs and programming immediately, or you could do it the long way. So when your identity is one of your champion all the time, imagine the kind of life that you will live. Imagine what you could create for yourself and your family. So these are just, I wanted to go through and just kind of show you a couple of experiences. I know most of you are in my group, so you see this all the time, every day, all day, people posting these kinds of things. So these are the women who do the courses, right? Like, they have profound transformations. So even Robin, it was like, the course I did forever changed my life. And that was only an 8-week, right? And I have everyone do a video and a picture of themselves before and after so that they can see the major transformation that occurs. So even you can see here, Taylor, right? Look at her, after and before. So even she says, do the work and you'll see, right? Like, look at the difference in this. It is night and day. It is night and day. And she was in my year-long program. And then we have Tiffany. See how amazing it is? I mean, she looks like a different person, like a more improved version of herself. And she was in the year-long course too. It's just amazing what happens. So this is also Taylor, how she's telling you, right? Like, invest in yourself, choose to evolve, you're worth it, each and every one of you. Because it's true. It is true. And then we have Gail, who I love so much, because at the beginning, Gail didn't think she could do it, right? She didn't think she had the finances to do it. And it was like, no, it will show up for you. And what happened? It showed up for her. It's amazing what happens when you do this. And then we also have Kelly, who I love and adore everyone who works with me. And Kelly is also very, very special because she's such a beautiful woman. And I had absolutely no idea that she was experiencing the things that she was experiencing before she came to work with me. So I was really, really happy that I was able to intervene in her life because she is such a gift to this world. But you can even see, right, her after. I mean, look at how different she looks. It's in the eyes, right? You can see in the eyes. Like, she was suffering, she was depressed, PTSD, all of these things. She did the year-long course. Even in the first month, it was unbelievable for her. And she felt euphoric after 1 month of clearing out old limiting beliefs and working on healing, because this is what I teach you to do in the course. This next course, I actually am bringing in so many high-level people. Mira Kelly, who is Wayne Dyer's past life regressionist, she's coming in to do past life regressions for us. Christina Higgins, which is a world-renowned hypnotherapist, she's coming in to reprogram our consciousness. There's so many good things that are coming. So then Amanda, I love her so much too, because she was like riddled with disease when she first came to me, and now has none, now has nothing, and also is living her purpose and being rewarded for it. So it's really, really amazing too. And I wanted to show you these images from the letters too, because I know that you all wrote out your letters, and I want you to know that regardless of what you choose to do, that they are going to manifest. Now, obviously, Layla and also Kelly, Michelle were both in my course too. So of course they obviously are going to have a lot more success than someone who isn't, because they're doing the work. So all of their letters manifested. So you just have to know that too. Like every single thing manifests on, I mean, even at the beginning of this, Megan said everything on her list manifests too. So it's really, really awesome. And this is Corrine, right? She was the one I was on the phone with. Like she opened it when I was on the phone with her, because I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot we did that. She was like, oh my God, I found my letter. It's amazing how much it's just done for everybody, right? And then this was something that was just posted in the group this morning that I felt I really wanted to share because it was so beautiful. It's like when you do the work, right? When you shift and when you do this, like things just open up for you. It was like, she knew it. Like I taught her how to heal, how to look deep in her life and heal her shit. And things just manifest for her. Like things, it takes you from being afraid to do things, and then you just jump into them and life just supports you. So I'm going to invite you to do something today that your future self will thank you for, because for those of you who really, really are interested in this and really taking your life to the next level with me, with my team, with my soul group, this next portion is going to be for you. Also, we're going to be doing our ritual on our limiting beliefs. So you want to make sure that you stay on for that, because that's going to be what takes you to the next level too. So you get rapid body, mind transformations. Your results in life are so fast. You have an enhanced quality of life. I mean, people manifest dream soulmate relationships, dream jobs, opportunities. Everybody receives more money and abundance, happiness, and you align with your soul's purpose and your passion for life. So the course is called The Rise of the Sacred Feminine, The Art of Receiving, because we are going in to heal all of the limitations. And also really, really this time, we're focusing on what it is that we want to desire, or that we want to manifest, and programming ourselves for that in the hypnotherapy sessions. So it's not like we have to go in and do the workbook work and dig. We're not doing that this time. What we're doing is allowing the facilitators to reprogram our consciousness so that we can have the shortcuts to life, so that we can really live what we came here to live, so we can have the confidence that we desire to have. I'm excited because I get to listen to it too. And I know the up-leveling I've done in the last year, and I know that been doing this myself, I've been doing this on my own, right? I do Reiki Theta. I go to hypnosis. I do the divine effect on myself. There are some things in there because I have experienced a lifetime of tragedy. If I told you the things I experienced in my life, you would not even believe it. So I've had to do a lot of inner work. So there's things that are so deep within me I can't get to myself because my subconscious mind won't allow me to. So I had to go out and research all these different people and work with the best and realize, oh wow, this is so amazing. If we brought this to the world, imagine what we could do in such a short amount of time, because the time really is now. So the rise of the sacred feminine, you deserve to live a trigger-free life. You deserve to live in love and divine flow. You deserve to have successful businesses, right? It is from within. And you know that when you go into life, when something is occurring on the external, you're either going to go into self-sabotage, not face it and hide from it, or you're not going to follow the true purpose of your life because you're afraid. If you've had sexual trauma, if you've had any kind of sexual trauma, if you've been bullied by females, if you've experienced any kind of mother wounding, then you definitely need this course, because your sacral chakra, your receiving zone, becomes blocked when you're vibrating with guilt, shame, and self-rejection, which are the very emotions that are present when a sexual trauma occurs. So you want to make sure that you are really tuning into yourself and what you need, and setting aside all of those limiting doubts and beliefs and all of that other bullshit that goes on in your mind, because whenever you're going to make a major change, the old will come up and try to keep you from doing it, because it knows you're about to enter another phase of your life, and there's part of your identity that is addicted to the drama that doesn't want to die. So you have to know, you have to outsmart it, right? So this is what it's for. So what you're going to get in this course is 11 months of powerful, proven tools. So we're going to do reprogramming sessions, ancient manifesting ritual trainings, and teachings that will have you ascending to the next level of your life, right? Plus we're going to do a bonus month. So it's a full year of support and love. A private group with your soul sisters who are rising right alongside of you, which is so amazing and valuable. Weekly energy activations where I meet with your guides, my guides, and the angels to download the messages you need to hear and heal the spaces you need healed. So this is where some of the most incredible transformation happens. I also realized that when I do the Divine Effect, one of the things that I want to do is I'm going to have everybody in the course send me, every month we're doing a different Divine Effect. So you're going to send me whatever it is in your life that where you feel you're being blocked and what you want to experience. And when we do the Divine Effect, I'm personally going to go in and include every single one of you so that we are all receiving the benefit of this as we're moving through it. So we're also going to have monthly laser coaching calls to help you transcend. You're going to have direct connection with me and my team to manifest your heart's desires. This sacred vortex of creation amplifies your powers. So rapid transformation like you've never experienced. And yes, the money does start flowing when you do this, especially when you invest in yourself. There's been so many times when I didn't think I had the money, but I knew I wanted to do it. And so I asked for a sign, received the sign, and then did it. And it just unfolded for me in the most beautiful way. And that's why I'm sitting here where I am today, experiencing the financial flow and abundance that I'm experiencing, because it does take you saying yes to yourself and doing these things. So we're going to be learning sacred manifesting processes to teach you the right way to manifest money, love, and soul purpose career growth. One of my mentors who had a mentor who was a billionaire taught him what's called the life map, which is what I'm going to teach you. It is literally one of my favorite things because it is subconscious reprogramming. I'm not going to tell you everything about it here because we don't really have that much time, but it is one of those things where you are going to have this map of your life and you're going to do this process in a way that is going to allow you to manifest things that you're like, what the heck? I did this years ago, and then I didn't even realize that because I had done that, I was like way in the salon industry years and years and years ago, not even thinking that this was going to be something that I was doing, but wanted to because I had heard about other people talking about it, knowing I had some kind of life purpose to help people. And so I did this life map and I put it on and I would listen to it in this specific way because the way that your subconscious mind learns is in 3 commands. And so I listened to it in this specific way. And as I was listening to it, I would fall asleep to it and listen to it all night long because it would play on loop. And then I just didn't listen to it. And then I was thinking the other day when I ran into my mentor again, and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember the life map. And I stood there and I was like, everything, literally, I had chills. Everything that I put in this life map had manifested. Like everything. And it was like the things I was dreaming was like, I wanted to be a multi-millionaire and all these different things, right? And it was like, at that point, I was living in such poverty. I didn't know how the hell any of that was going to happen, right? I'm on my way. It's like the craziest thing. So I'm going to teach you that because it is something that I have taught my high levels in the past. And it's the fastest way because it programs your subconscious mind. It connects to your soul purpose. And then things just happen for you out of the blue. It's amazing. So the ancient proven rituals to manifest your vision board into physical form. We are going to be doing a new vision board, which is going to be fully charged. We're also going to spend 3 months working with Goddess Lakshmi on money, on manifesting, because I truly believe that when a woman is in the flow and allowing herself to receive the money that she deserves and desires to have, that the whole world will be in this abundant space. And because I've been able to do this for other women, I am like, we're going to do 3 months of this. So we're doing hypnotherapy for this. We're doing Reiki Theta for this. We're doing specific for this, specific working with Lakshmi. There's different processes and rituals that I have learned from my teachers that I am going to be teaching in this course too, that do work that really connects you with that goddess energy. So you are going to become a woman who knows her value and her worth and her power, and one who is receiving all that she desires. Just imagine feeling worthy and deserving more than enough, right? Think of yourself feeling more than enough. You're just going to, let's just even do this for a minute. So just take a moment and just take a deep breath. So with your paper of all the beliefs that you know that you need to have in order to manifest your future life, just close your eyes and just ask your subconscious mind to show you your future self. So just feel into her, the one you wrote down. What does she feel like? What does she look like? What is she holding on to? What does she believe about herself? So even just seeing yourself look in the mirror and just hold on to that feeling. Now, some of you may be able to hold on to it for a long time. Some of you may be not even able to access it. Some of you may get yanked out of it.
It just depends on your programming and where you are in activating that vibration. Because when it becomes a practice vibration, when it becomes who you are, it's your life. I mean, you can see from the before and afters, you can even see from my own before and afters. When you do this inner work, your whole life changes. So you also have to know that what you must believe, what she believes. You must vibrate what she's vibrating in order to experience what she's experiencing. If it's harmonious love, you have to be that. If it's wealth, you have to be that. If it's expressing your soul purpose, you have to be that. And the fun thing is that we get to use the magic of manifesting and imagining and playing to make it happen. It's amazing, right? It's beautiful. So how much of the day do you walk around feeling like this woman? How much of the day do you spend walking around feeling like your best self versus how much of the day you spend walking around not feeling that great? You have to be really like awake and conscious with yourself to be real with yourself for a minute, right? Because the way you feel is what will manifest. It matches your vibration. Like, where's your money relationship right now? Where is your relationship right now? What is your career success right now? You really have to own yourself. It makes it so much easier when it's programmed in, because it's not even your fault that you aren't able to hold it all day, every day. Like, it isn't your fault that you're not living exactly what you want to live right now. It's not your fault that you're experiencing what you're experiencing in your life right now. That is a result of past conditioning. Now, from this point forward, the fault would be not taking action. The fault would be not doing what you know you need to do to make sure that happens in whatever way that shows up for you, right? So we're going to do feng shui and numerology to create a sacred space within your environment for high vibe living, because it really is important. We're also doing monthly astrology sessions with Shannon to keep us in alignment with universal forces, because having her on my team for my own self has been so life-giving to me, because she just explains things in such a beautiful way, and you're like, oh, I get it. And when you know the power of the moon cycles, we use those moon cycles to help us move through whatever area of life is being triggered at that point in time. Like right now, the way that the moon and the sun and everything is positioned, and even Venus being in retrograde, it's all about relationships, right? It's all about money and relationships. And when that happens, going to heal your own relationship with yourself is going to be what heals every other relationship that you have, because you are the one attracting everything. Everybody else in your reality is a mirror, is a reflection. So having that tool, having the astrology sessions to keep you on those lunar cycles is also going to help you engage that divine Mother Earth, that Gaia energy that supports you. And I know that you create astronomical results. We're doing 7 in-depth hypnotherapy sessions with renowned therapist Christina Higgins of the Human Potential Project to clear and reprogram your brain and your body of wounding and traumas and instill confidence and self-love. For all of you who've had sessions with Christina, because I have referred so many people to her, everybody in my high-level VIP goes to her, because it's fucking phenomenal. I can't even explain how phenomenal it is. It's like she just goes into your subconscious mind and guides you in this way and asks you these questions that like connect this, and all of a sudden you realize, oh shit, I get it. I see what's going on. I see why I'm having that experience. It's related to this, and this. And then she like swipes it all, because your brain is literally like a computer. You are a human computer. And so when she swipes it all and then replaces it with the truth of the highest and best, you have all of your soul group that's helping you. Then it's like, you open your eyes a different person. You walk in your reality a different person. You open up in a different way. It's one of the most amazing things that I've ever experienced in my life. I love it. It's like fast up-leveling, quick, right? To get to that place that you are experiencing heaven on earth, you have to think of, if you don't make changes, you fast forward your life 10, 20, 30 years, you're going to end up like those old people with all the medications in their cabinet, or you're going to end up not living or fulfilling what you wanted to when you have the opportunity and the potential, the opportunity, the chance to do it right now. So then we're also going to go into past life regressions with Mira Kelly. So she's going to do present life, past life, and parallel, also future life alignment sessions. I had her do this when we were in Hawaii, and it is so profound, because even though everything is happening now, there are experiences that you're experiencing that your past life is tied to. We know about this, right? Whether you want to call it past life or something else that you want to connect to, it doesn't even matter. What matters is that it's affecting you. So when you go in and you untangle it, things are made very clear. right? Like for one of the things with me was my financial wealth experience. And I had a lot of guilt around receiving wealth, around receiving money. And so when I went into a past life, it was because I was a woman who had wealth and then also was a little girl who was in poverty. And so being able to see those two lifetimes, I was able to understand why I would feel that way and also to see the bigger picture. Because these things are operating under the surface and you don't even realize that they're operating because you've been conditioned with them. So when you realize that having money is good, that money is not evil, that money is good, that it is a tool that you use, it's not just something you want, but it's something you actually have, your whole life changes, everything changes. We're doing the Reiki Theta sessions to clear your blocks and reprogram your subconscious mind with Janet Nixick, because she is so fucking powerful of just going in and healing the body and transforming and transcending. For those of you who've had experiences with her, you know how profound she is. She's my personal Reiki Theta practitioner. I love her so much. She's phenomenal. We're doing 11 Divine Effect NLP sessions to reprogram your subconscious mind, heal inner blocks, and receive your highest and best future. Right? This is also going to align you. We're also doing monthly Goddess Awakening meditations. You're going to have divine attunements to connect you to all that is and awaken your sacral, heart, root, and third eye portal. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in this course. Your sacral, your root, your heart, and your third eye, because those are where you create. Your root chakra is your groundedness. It's receiving opportunities. Your sacral chakra is your feminine receptivity. It's allowing yourself to receive it and live it. Your heart is where you create from. It's harmonious relationships, love for yourself. And your third eye is where you vision, where you connect to other realms and where you vision. So that's why we're using those. We're doing in-depth Shakti and Kundalini awakenings to boost your power and connect you to the sacred feminine power, because that is what you want to be connected to. Also, these are the bonuses. So you are going to have 2 personal one-on-one in-depth sessions with a Divine Effect practitioner to transform your inner world fast. So you're having 2 sessions. You're also having 1 personal tarot astrology session with Juanita, who I am also doing a class with on Friday. So stay tuned for that too, because she does tarot astrology. And so having that is just so profound. It's beautiful and amazing, because when you have your astrology chart and then the tarot reading that kind of just makes it all together, what you find is that all of the things that you have been dreaming of and desiring and intending, that you've written out that you wanted, whether doing through the magic or doing through writing this letter in this process, the New You process, are all things that are in your chart. They're all things you're meant to experience. So with your birth chart, you have your shadow and you have your light. And when you learn how to transmute your shadow to empower your light, then you can live your light. Most people live in their shadow. Most people aren't living on the light side of their chart. That's because they're not conscious and they're not doing this work. You, however, are conscious and doing the work, so you are in alignment with that light shadow. And then a personal customized workout and meal plan with renowned fitness trainer Annalisa, because it's really important to get your body moving. So she's going to give you a meal plan, and she's also going to give you a customized workout plan. So everyone who enrolls is getting this, because it's really important to move your body. We're also going to do different classes on the energy of food, and also what foods to eat to balance each chakra and to really flow into each chakra, essential oils, we're doing crystals, we're doing all of it, like the real metaphysical manifesting properties of everything we're doing in this course. Plus a mini angel course for your children to play alongside with angelic intuitive Kaylee Jones. So she's the one that writes the messages from the divine. She's a beautiful channel. She's a psychic medium. She is so beautiful and amazing. So this is where they're going to all learn about the archangels and crystal power with their own uniqueness as beautiful souls and chakra flow. So it's empowering them to know who they truly are and to live a beautiful life with the angels, which will support them for the rest of their lives. So it includes an I am mirror work for self-love and divine knowing of who they truly are. So for your children, it's going to be really, really amazing for them to do this alongside of you, because you're going to be learning this stuff together and doing it together, and imagine your whole family doing it. So it really is beautiful. A beautiful thing about using Archangel Michael, which you can teach your children this today, when they wake up in a bad mood for school, or if they're having a bad mood, if you teach them, all you have to do is call Archangel Michael and say, Archangel Michael, I'm not feeling that great right now, and I would like to feel better. Can you help me to feel better? I'm not feeling that great right now, but I want to feel better. Can you help me feel better? They will instantly feel better. So I taught this to my son, and I kind of forgot that I taught it to him, and he told me a few days later, Mom, that thing you taught me really worked. And I was like, what was it? And because I teach him so many things, he was like, the Archangel Michael thing. Like, I didn't want to get it for school, but then I said, I'm not feeling good, but I want to feel better. Can you help me, Archangel Michael? And then I felt better, and I had the best day ever. And I was like, wow, that's so awesome. And then in the car the other night when I was driving his friend home, one of my friends, his best friend is one of my friends, the mom, why am I not saying this? One of my friends' son is my son's best friend. So he was saying, I was listening to one of your lives the other day when my mom was watching it, and I heard you say that. And he goes, and then I tried it. He said, I didn't even realize it, but I tried it when I was going to ROTC, and I didn't want to wear my uniform, and I was having a bad day, but I did what you said in the live. And he just overheard me saying this as his mom was listening to my live. And so he's like, and I did it. And you know, I had a really good day that day. I got there on time. Everything was awesome. And I was like, what? That's so cool. Like driving in the car, so excited for that. So the mini angel course, having your children, you know, invoke the angels is just beautiful and amazing. And if you don't have children yet, everything you're going to learn is you're going to be able to teach it to them too, because once you have access to this, you can download the material and have it forever. So if you have a niece or a nephew or anybody that you want to teach this to or want them to know about this, you can share this with them too. So that is amazing. So these are the practitioners. So Mira Kelly, she is Wayne Dyer's past life regressionist. She is phenomenal. I love her. I'm so blessed to be in direct communication with her. Divine Timing for sure. Christina Higgins, the hypnotherapist. She also does NLP and is amazing. Shannon Murray, who is our master astrologist and sound healer, so amazing and beautiful. Janet, who is doing our Reiki Theta, so she's beautiful. She also does have a lot of money Reiki Theta. So when we do our money section, that's when she's going to come in hard. And then the practitioners, Roxanne and Kaylee and Annalisa and Emily and Tara and Juanita. So you will have sessions with a Divine Effect practitioner because they have been trained and also are being trained to reprogram your subconscious mind. Whatever main issue you have, it's a personal in-depth session with them because it's really, really important to have a personal session so that you can experience it firsthand. It's so powerful. So this is also some of the things that people say, right? She taught me how to manifest the money I needed too. That's the easy thing. We're going to be going through that. I've been able to reach heights I've only dreamt of. That's obvious. Everyone who works with me experiences that. I saw changes immediately. So these things happen fast. Also, the changes in my life have been both miraculous and beautiful because that's just what happens. It really is amazing. I mean, people can't believe how fast this stuff happens. I'm like, they call me the Queen of Rapid Transformation because of that. You know, Randina has truly changed my life. So it's everything. It's whatever it is that you want because it's unique to you. And once you learn how to direct and focus and manage your energy and vibrate that automatically, things unfold for you like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it really is the or better of everything you want to experience. So let's take your belief list. So compare your two belief lists, right? And we're going to go into a visualization really quick. Let's see, when are we getting to? Okay. So we're going to go into a visualization really quick. So you're with your two belief lists. Now close your eyes. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're at the tail end, maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. And take a deep breath and let it all go. And just feel into the areas of your life. So just observe. So let's just start with your bank account and just take a mental note. So see what you see, feel what you feel, hear what you hear, and know what you know. So what does your bank account feel like? Because all the energy and all the thought forms that you've been expressing have created what's there. So just observe it. Because if it's created what's there, and it has, you can change it. You just have to let go of resistance. And now let's tap into your job or your career. So letting go of your bank account and just tap into your job or your career. Or even a project you're working on. And what does it feel like? And just giving yourself a moment to just observe it because you want to be conscious of it. You can't just keep living it. You have to become conscious of it so you can change it. And tuning in, so letting go of that, letting go of your job or your career. Now tuning into your relationships. So thinking about where your relationships are. Are they where you want them to be? Just observing them. Now letting go of your relationships and tuning into your health. Is your health where you want it to be? Does your body look the way you want it to look? Are you vibrating what you want to vibrate? Just observe. Become conscious of your inner dialogue, your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself on a daily basis? Are you ridiculing yourself? Are you having limiting beliefs about yourself and what you're capable of? It's just because it's been learned and conditioned, and you can reprogram it. So just observing. Now let go of all of that, and now let's go back to your bank account or just your money life and just feel it. So let's cut cords and dissolve the inner connection to it. And do you give permission for the energetic cords of lack and limitation to be dissolved? And if you agree, then say yes. And I call forth Archangel Michael to dissolve and cut all hooks, cords, and attachments to lack and limitation to your bank account. And what would you rather have it look like or be like? What would you rather have it feel like? So let's just connect to this reality. Do you give yourself permission to experience it? And if you agree, then say yes. So really allowing yourself to feel into your heart on what you want to experience. What do you want your bank account to look like? What do you want your money life to be like? And do you give yourself permission to do whatever it takes to experience it in the shortest amount of time possible? And if you agree, then say yes. So I call forth Archangel Raziel. He is the Archangel of Alchemy. He's the rainbow quartz energy. He's the one that makes things happen fast. So Archangel Raziel, I ask you to guide them to the shortest, fastest, quickest possible experience to manifesting wealth and money that they desire and deserve. And if you agree, then say yes. Now, picture a symbol in your mind and tune into your heart. And the symbol can show it. Whatever your subconscious mind shows you is the symbol. If this course is going to be for me to get me there, show me a sign. So just say that in your mind. If this course is going to be for me to get me there, show me a sign. Show me this sign. In a way, I will know it's you showing me. So Archangel Raziel, I ask that you show them the sign. If it is in their heart. If it is in their highest and best. Thank you. And you can open your eyes. So now that you've asked for your sign, the energy that you give out, the pictures in your mind are creating your reality, right? And now that you've asked for a sign, in order to create the good, you have to focus on the what? What do you have to focus on in order to create good? Good, right? If you focus on the bad, what happens? Bad. So when you have thousands of thoughts that are pulling you into autopilot, fear is one to yank you back fast. It's difficult to stay focused on what you want when you have fear programs operating in your consciousness. That's why you have to reprogram the sourcing pattern so that you can be connected to thoughts that support you, so that you can have thoughts that support you. If most of the thoughts that you're thinking throughout the day are limiting, you have to do something to change it, because it's not going to change itself. It's not going to miraculously all of a sudden fall out of the sky and change. If your heart says yes, you better not even think about allowing the money to make the decision for you, because you can manifest that shit. How do you do that? By making the decision. that you're going to take your life back. You're going to take control over your life. We all have to make these decisions. So you're going to ask for your sign and then go for a walk every day, or just ask for your sign and repeat out loud, I am the queen of my universe. The money I need is coming and this is happening for me. That's all you have to do for anything. So sometimes you have to take action before the demonstration, which I have been called to do a lot, right? I've had to do that, but it's been the best thing. And everybody who's taken any one of my courses will tell you the same thing. So you want to make sure that you're saying your prosperity declarations every day, right? In the mirror for 3 days. So stay mindful of your thinking, become aware of your thoughts. If something triggers you, ask, what do I have to believe is true about me in order to feel this way? Use the practices and the tools that I've taught you today. Become the observer and be patient with yourself. Notice your patterns of belief. Only then can you change them, right? So this time next year, where do you want to be? Right? The time is now to do something today that your future self will thank you for. So I'm just going to go through a couple of things and then we're going to do our ritual. So your family also transforms. That's one of the things that people say the most too, is that they can't believe how their families transform, the children especially, right? So we're all here to support you. I have so many people on my team who are here to support you. Like, it really is amazing. So the course is $597 a month for 12 months. So it's 12 payments of $597. So $597, and you get over $2,500 a month worth of stuff. So this total package is $49,997 value package. This is a high level. If a high level was to come to me, it would be $50,000, $60,000 for this, for what they're getting in this. But you're getting it for 12 monthly payments of $597. So it is 12 payments because your life will be unrecognizable by this time next year. So I do have a code for you that will give you $100 off for 4 months. So it will be $497 a month for 4 months, and then it will go to $597 because by that time you're gonna even have way more than that. So that code is RISE in capital letters. It's RISE, and that is active for 48 hours. So you go to randina.co and then click on the Rise of the Sacred Feminine and go to the checkout and enter the word RISE. So that is $100 off a month for 4 months, for 48 hours. Oh, also, I did the math on it, and it's like $16 a day or something like that. Like, it's $16 a day to have your life transformed. It's less than $16 a day. I mean, what do you spend? You spend more than $16 a day on stuff you don't need. So you're going to have to think of the cost of relativity, right? It literally would cost you so much money to do this on your own. However, the more that you have invested in yourself, the more that you're going to get out of it. So your success is guaranteed. Every single person who goes through my course and finishes it has a completely different life. Their life is unrecognizable. So remember what I told you at the beginning of this. Do not allow money to deter you. So I know a lot of the women who are reaching out to me for this course, they're not even blinking an eye. I already told them how much it was in it because they know the value that they're going to get. So you have to know the value because the cost is relative, really. It's $16 a day, less than $16 a day. Everyone can afford that for what you're getting out of it, right? Okay, so that's the code is RISE. So that's only active for 48 hours, for the next 48 hours, and seats are limited. So once it fills up, it's done. Like that's it. I close cart once it's full. So, and I sell out every year. I actually oversold last year. And another thing, I'm not doing another course like this if I even do one for the next 18 months. So another year and a half before you have this opportunity again. You know how many women I've had message me and say that they wish they would have done this last year? So many, and it happens every time. So make sure that you jump on this opportunity because it is an opportunity to you. The answers and communication from Spirit are all around you and they're attempting to be delivered. You only have to listen. Like, money is nothing when you realize that, when you realize you've been guided and led to this beautiful time and space to advance your life in the most beautiful way. So if any part of you at any point in time was like, yes, I need this. Yes, I want to work with you. Yes, I want to transform my life. Then this is going to be your opportunity to do this now, because it really is going to take your life to the next level. Okay, let's see. What else? Do I have anything else to say? Okay, you have to open to receive. Let's see, what do I have next? Oh, this is another thing too. So if you are even thinking about maybe being on the fence, or you want some help maybe manifesting money, you can book a 15-minute discovery session, the discovery call. If you go to that randina.co, click on the Rise of the Sacred Feminine. At the bottom of the page, it says schedule your 15-minute discovery call. It will take you to another page to schedule your call. We do only have limited spaces for that. So for that, you will either have me personally, or you will speak to one of the Divine Effect practitioners. So you can book a discovery call if you're thinking about it and you want some like support, you know, someone to help you. Because we did that last year, and so many of the women that did book the discovery calls ended up booking, and we're so happy that they did do it, because the money did show up, because it's easy. It's easier than you think it is. It's easier than you're allowing it to be. Okay, so now we're gonna go into our sacred burn list. Thank you so much for staying on for this long. I tried to get this in 90 minutes and that didn't happen, but you know what? I feel like I covered everything that I needed to cover, so it's good. It is really good. So remember, again, the coupon code is RISE, R-I-S-E. And okay, let's go into the Divine Effect clearing ritual, the sacred burn. So of your lists, your limitation lists that you have, all the limiting beliefs that you currently have that you wrote on that piece of paper, put your positive beliefs to the side, and the limiting beliefs list that you have, at the top of it, you're going to write, thank you for serving me, but I no longer need you. So write that on that top of that list now. If you didn't do this part in the workbook, then just write out whatever it is that you're ready to let go of. You could even add to it if you've discovered new things throughout this, right? Your power is your rainbow bridge from the dark into the light. Your path is waiting for you to say yes to yourself so you can receive all that you've asked for. That is true. The rise of the sacred feminine for you is for you if you're ready to own your power and your light and receive what you've asked for. Being open to receive and in alignment with what you have asked for is the only way to experience a good life. So as you're done writing that out, now you're going to fold up your paper. So write out at the top, thank you for serving me, but I no longer need you. Just fold your paper just in half, just like this, just in half. And then you're going to write God or Goddess, Creator, whoever you believe in. I ask, allow, and receive that this be released from me now. Thank you. And really just give your energy to this piece of paper, everything that you are ready to be done with, and surrendering it to the Goddess, to the Divine Mother. And now we're going to go outside and burn them all together. And as you burn them safely, you're going to say, thank you for serving me, but I no longer need you. I let you go with love. Because when you let go with love, it just dissolves. So let's do that now. So we're going to take a few minutes. Remember, thank you for serving me, but I no longer need you. And let you go with love. So let's go do that. Tomorrow's a full moon, so write down anything else on that paper you're ready to let go of, regardless of what it is. Let me see if anybody has questions before we do this. Michelle, yes, it is. It is available for replay. Roxanne, this is life-changing. I am in such gratitude for all that the literal queen of habitation when Randina taught me around me. Thank you. You're welcome, Eunice. Oh, thank you so much for posting that link. Right, that would have been, thank you. Oh my, this course is insane. I know, it really is, right? So amazing. Christina is amazing. I know. See, Shay, remember you manifested money right after your session with her. I remember that. She's fucking legit. I love it. My dog, yeah, he is snoring. He is snoring. I've given up trying to stop him. Shay, my kids started watching Kaylee. Yay! And you use that clearing statement when something is triggering you. Yes. If something keeps coming back up, like if something continuously is resurfacing, you haven't cleared the root of it. Amanda, all Randina's techniques are easy to help you heal your life and make you live your best life ever. Thank you, Amanda. I know it is easy. It's the fastest way. Okay, let's see. I think that's it. Samantha can't book the 15-minute session. I'm pretty sure it works. What is it saying? Samantha. Temporary error. Hold on, let me try something really quick. Samantha, with or without, I've already decided. Good, I'm so happy. You're gonna love it. Okay, let's see. Try it now. They sent me an email this morning, the calendar that I thought it was only my personal calendar, but I guess it was not. It was this one too. Yeah, I mean, it's like so amazing. I told you guys I had something cooking. And this was like divinely downloaded. I mean, it was like just one thing after another and everything just fell into place. Okay, it works now. Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, the link works now. Thank you, Samantha. I can't go outside work. It was Sylvia's part. Yes, it will. It will. Yeah, Michelle, it is. Okay, so everyone, let's go and burn our limitations so that we can be done with this. We'll give 2 minutes for this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm done already. Let's see. We'll give you a few more, like everyone, a few minutes to come back. Oh my goodness, right? Liberated, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's awesome. She said that let's just burn like there was gas on it. Poof, it was gone in seconds. That shit is ready to go. That's how you know. Like, I love it. That's how you know when it's like done. Because like when it burns really fast. Like, it's crazy how when sometimes you have a lot of resistance, it will take a minute to burn. It will like not burn, but when it's like ready to go, it'll burn. I've even had it where it burns and like there's hearts in it. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful. So it's like perfect timing because tomorrow is the full moon also. Okay, let's see. Let's do the recap, and then if anyone has any questions, I do have a few more minutes, so we can take some time to answer questions if anybody has any questions. Valerie, what's the main difference between the private coaching and the rise of the sacred feminine? I may need to book a discovery call because I feel called to work with you, but not sure what is my best in. Okay, so for my private coaching, I'm full on that. I'm booked out on that for the next 5 months. So that is the main difference in that one is you have personal sessions with me as we go through, and it's like you have my phone number, we're working together. That's why the investment is so high. So that's not even open for the next 5 months. So I'm booked for that one, Valerie. The rise of the sacred feminine, if you feel called to it, then I would do that too, because if you're gonna do the private coaching, if you feel like you want to do the private coaching, we can work something out if you want to. Did you fill out a work with me application? Alexis, what was the sacral crystal you mentioned for the sacral chakra? The sacral, it's carnelian. Yeah, it's that orange one. Corey, would a scholarship for me still be available? I do. Yeah, Corey, I do have scholarships. So I have a lot of women who tithe to me. It's more like they know they're giving, right? Because then I give that back to my community. Not only to my community, but also to the women's and children's shelters too. Like I buy books for them and blankets and all these different things. And so I do have a small fund for those who I know are like really financially strapped, but this would be the best thing for them that I could, that I have available to. I only have, I think, 3 spaces for that. Open up. It does not make it free though. That's one of the things. You do have to be invested in it, but it does drop the cost. So you could private message me if that's something that you want to see if you qualify for. Karen, will the course be workable in different time zones? I'm in East Coast. Yes. Yes, it will. I have women from all over the world. So some women have to wake up at 6 a.m. and some women, it just depends. It's all different times throughout the month that we do it at, and everything will always be recorded. So it is. Shay, yeah, I know, Shay, I'm so excited for you. It's going to be really good. Really, really good. Okay, let's see. I think let's do a recap really quick so we could just kind of go over what we have done. Jessica, do you feel like you have to heal the same triggers over and over? And as you go through the process, does it get easier? You feel like you will feel like you have to do the same triggers over and over if you're doing it yourself. The crazy thing about doing the hypnosis and the NLP is that it's not the same thing ever. It's never the same thing. You never have to work on the same thing again and again. It's not like that, because you get to the root of it and you transform the one thing, and then you're a different person. You feel different. You feel it instantaneously. People are always messaging me, telling me about how they feel in their body. They're posting comments about energy. Every time I do an in-person session with someone, they feel it in their body. They feel it leave. They feel the resistance leave. And that's because the resistance and the memories really are leaving them. Also, you will also, one of the side effects of doing this work is you will feel it. Like a lot of people will have headaches after a session. And the reason that they have headaches after a session is because neurologically, you are reprogramming the wiring in your brain. And when you are reprogramming the wire in your brain, your neuronal connections have to fire differently. So the way that they would fire before is like if something happened and you'd be triggered, it would fire all of that, all of those memories would just come along. Now that's not there anymore. So your brain has to then go in a new direction. So when you're now linked to your dreams and desires, you don't respond the same. You don't act the same. You don't have the same triggers. You then go to the highest and best. So you will have headaches, right? Jessica, I have a headache now. Yeah, right? Because we're doing a lot of reprogramming. All of this energy work that I do, it's the power of the divine effect, I'm telling you. Like, it's so amazing. And when you change the programs in your brain, you will have headaches because your thoughts, you're like going to think the same thought, but it's not there anymore. So you have to think a different thought. So the reason that you have headaches is because a new neuronal connection is being created. New brain cells are being created, new neuronal tissue, new fibers. Your brain is growing. So you have to supplement it. That's another thing too. In all of my courses, you're going to get a bonus that is the happiness and healing supplement guide that will help you get off any medications that you're on. It will also help support your brain so that your brain can rewire in a different way. Like, there's so much included in this course that literally is transformation in a box. So you're going to get all of that. Like, I'm so about supplementing every single area of your life that it's like, it's amazing. It's total transformation in every area. But you do get the happiness and the health and happiness supplement guide, which is also going to help you with that too, because there's different supplements that you can take, like lion's mane. Lion's mane is a mushroom, but it's really, really good for memory and neuronal connection. So when you're doing all this reprogramming in your brain, you also want to be able to support your brain too. So you want to do things like drink apple cider vinegar. That's another thing for everybody on here. Drink organic apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons in warm lemon water, pound it because it's going to facilitate the releasing of the emotional toxins that are in your blood. So when you have an emotional release, your hormones release emotional toxins and then they go into your cells, and then your cells create more receptor sites for those hormonal toxins, and then less receptor sites for nutrition and health. And so then you become physiologically addicted to the drama, which is killing you. So when we go through and we do all this emotional healing and we transform on this level, intense level, right? Emotional, your mind, body, and soul is transforming. You want to supplement that. So when you drink apple cider vinegar, it removes the emotional toxins from your blood. It acts like a carrier. When you take a bath in organic apple cider vinegar, like you fill up your bath, put in 1 or 2 cups of organic apple cider vinegar, some pink Himalayan sea salt, and soak in it for 30 minutes. And the reason you want to do it for 30 minutes is because the first 20 minutes, all the emotional toxins are being pulled to the surface. And then the last 10 minutes, the emotional toxins are being extracted from your blood. So then you don't have a healing crisis. So that whole supplement guide is all of that is contained in it, right? So that you can also nourish yourself and stay happy, and different supplements to take to keep your happiness hormones. Oh, it's 1 for 3. I just looked at that. I love it. To keep your happiness hormones high so that you can move through, so that it's not a heavy, hard, crisis of the soul when you go do this work. It doesn't have to be like that. Excuse me. You can take it straight, but it burns. If you put it in warm water with like lemon juice and raw honey, it tastes good and it feels good too. I put 1 or 2 cups in my bath. I actually just like dump it. Okay, so thanks for asking those questions. Okay, so recap. We know about belief systems. We know we need to change them. We know that our power, our vibration is what creates our reality, right? So thinking about the most profound thing that you experienced or that you took away from this masterclass, like what really hit you, right? So Jessica, the class starts on 11/11. So on 11/11, you will have access to the bonus, which is the Mother Earth. It's the Earth Star Chakra. So that's going to be a bonus that you're going to do, and that's going to take you through the different belief systems about living life on Earth and really connecting with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. That's one of the most profound classes that I've ever done is the Earth Star Chakra. Like, it is so amazing and beautiful. And then when we go into all of the reprogramming, we're starting that on December 3rd. So it's 1, 2, 3. So 12/3, which is the Monday. But we will start 11/11. That's when we're going to get into it. That's when we're going to have all of the pre-work that needs to be done before we start the course, because you want to get into the knowing. We're going to be creating vision boards. We're going to be going into what it is that we really, really want to experience in life, and having that energy that we go into create for that. So a lot of manifesting stuff we're going to be doing in December. 11/11 is the perfect day to do it, because this year is a year that we are in. It's an 11. This is where we're setting the foundation, because next year is a 1-2-3 year. It's a 12/3 year. So that means in numerology, it's 1-2-3. So all of the way that it's signed, the way that it's aligned for astrology for next year is all about everything that you put into foundational is going to start manifesting. So if you're not deliberate, if you're not conscious, you're going to see a lot of experiences that are not in the highest and best of what you want to experience. But if you have been deliberate, if you have been doing the work, if you have been setting this foundational structures, then everything that you desire is going to manifest really fast, because next year is like fast forward. It's like the year of like fast racehorse. Shay said, what really hit me from this class is what I have been doing to my own children and how I'm literally scarring them, doing little things. I'm ready to evolve this shit. I cry thinking about it. Shay, that's first step, and that's good that you're taking recognition of that and that you are doing what it takes to transform. Remember, they chose you. They chose the experience that they're having with you, and they knew that your soul was going to remember and bring them out of it. So you're actually giving them the best of both worlds, because they have been able to experience such stark contrast. Now you are transforming, and you're going to give them a better life. I did it for my children, and now my children are living a better life. And because they're living a better life, they're also going to have children that are going to live better lives. So you have to think about that. You have to get out of the mommy guilt, right? Like, yes, there are things that we subjected our children to that we wish that we didn't subject them to. However, we didn't know any better. And now we do, and we're changing it. So just know that, right? Just know that you are changing it. Okay, so, and even Shay, with that, like, how's that realization going to shift your life? Now you have something, a reason to do it, right? You're putting all your own shit to the side. I had to do that. I had to put my own shit to the side. I was dying. I was bleeding internally. I had a ruptured ulcer. I was defecating internally. Like, no matter, I don't even know what was going on inside my body, because I couldn't afford to go to the doctor. So I had to do it. I didn't do it for myself. I did it for my children, because I could see that what I was doing to them, I was having the experience with them, wasn't what I wanted, because it was the same experience my parents had with me, right? Okay, so let's go into the next part. So this is a recap. Christine, the first monthly payment charged when you sign up, or no, it is right when you sign up, because it's 12 payments. So it's not a month-to-month thing. It's not like you're paying for each month. Like it's a total. Amanda, I had 5 autoimmune diseases. I know, and now none. It's not amazing? So beautiful. So it's 12 payments, and I just broke it out over the months for you to make it easier. So it does charge right when you sign up, but you only have 12. Okay, let's see. So the clearing statement, remember, so this is the recap. I surrender this to the divine from the core of my being throughout all that I am, and I ask, allow, and receive this in its place. Remember, you have to ask, allow, and receive this in its place. So now that you've done the burn ritual on your limiting beliefs, your limitations, now what you're going to do is you're going to take all of your beliefs that you want to experience, that you need to have in order to experience that, and you're going to begin saying your affirmations and your declarations around those daily. So you want to make sure that you are doing, remember, it takes repetition to create a pattern, to create a habit. If you're not doing the reprogramming, you have to make sure that you're doing it every day. So now you're going to start embodying her every day. That's what you're going to do with the other part of your list. So then we also covered the #1 chakra clearing tool, which is the gold light divine, activating that. How to become a magnet for what you desire. So your nightly positive aspects, your morning EOC, your daily gratitude, your challenge for the 3 days of only grateful thoughts. How would I rather feel? And remember your master manifesting tool, connecting your heart chakra to your third eye chakra, because that's going to be really, really, really important. So when you are looking at the list of all the belief systems that you know you need to have in order to manifest what it is that you want to experience, the woman you know you want to be, you have to be vibrating her. You're going to look at those beliefs, and you're going to start to feel what it feels like to believe that about yourself. And when you start to feel what that feels like to believe that about yourself, you're going to start pretending throughout your day. Walk down your hallway like you're already living her. Look in the mirror like you're already living her. Get in your car like you're already driving that car. Express yourself as though you're already having that business that you desire to have. You're already having the money that you desire to have. Because when you get into that mode of play, things will begin to happen for you in such a miraculous and magnificent way. So make sure that you are doing that, because your beliefs are your foundations for your perspective. So your perspective shape your reality. You know, when your beliefs change, your reality changes. That's the way it works. Beliefs first, then change reality. You can change your beliefs really fast by really, really focusing every single day and starting to embody that, right? Living it. What does it feel like to live it? When you wake up in the morning and your feet hit the ground, be her and play with this. Like, do this throughout the day, and you're going to start to see things really start to move for you in your life. Now, imagine if you were her already. Imagine if you were her, you would be her. You would have her. You would have the relationships that she has. You would have the money she has. You would have the belief system she has, because you'd be engaging and interacting and doing things that she would do and saying things that she would say. And so the universe would be responding to you in kind. We all know about the law of attraction. So help it bring you what you desire by doing these things. Okay, let's see. We are actually done. So the master manifesting tool, connecting your heart to your third eye. So when you look at those beliefs that you have that you know you need, it doesn't just come natural. You have to cultivate it, right? It has to become, I know, like I know, like I know. The reason that it doesn't just come natural is because you've been conditioned into believing yourself to be something that you're not. You conditioned yourself into believing that you are not a beautiful soul, that you have these limitations, when the truth is you are a beautiful soul. You can create whatever it is that you want to experience. You are loved, you are supported, and when you know that, it just comes natural and things happen for you. People move out of the way for you. They want to help you. They show up to help you. So you're going to want to cultivate it. So making sure that you are in that space, because when you know that your success is a certainty, when you know that you're the one, when you know, like you know, like you know, it's literally game over. So that is what this entire course is about. It's getting you to have that core confidence. You know, like you know, like you know. You're in concert with the universe. Everything is on your side. Things are manifesting for you. Life is unfolding in a beautiful way. And yes, it really is possible. Your self-talk changes. Like, that's one of the first things that you notice. Your self-talk changes. You're not criticizing yourself anymore. That voice is now supporting you. Like, imagine living that life where that automatic voice is like, yes, you can do this. Yes, you're loved. Yes, I love you. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're amazing. Imagine that, if that was your first automatic thought, rather than when you think about doing something, it's like, I don't know, can you do it? I don't know, you're not good enough. I don't know, this isn't going to work. You deserve to be treated like that. You deserve to be spoken to like that. Of course you're going to be talked to like that in a relationship. I mean, think about the limiting voice in your head. That voice is your conditioned voice. That voice is the lie, right? That voice is a lie. Michelle said, amen, transform yours with self-hatred and unworthy thoughts, right? And then you transform that, and then you have your voice of your inner champion. Like, literally think of what you can accomplish in this life. If you are always supporting yourself, you feel good, you wake up feeling good, you're not doubting yourself anymore. There's literally nothing that you can't do. So this is just another testimonial of the work that I do and how beautiful it is to experience it. I mean, I have thousands of them. I could have shared them all with you. It would have taken 5 hours though. So I know that you know what to do. I know that you are in this space and that you're being called to this place for whatever reason, right? Whatever reason you were guided here, you know what you need to do, right? You know what you need to do. And doing it and taking action is going to transform your life in the most miraculous ways. It's like the second you say yes to yourself, this whole energy like comes over you and magical things happen for you. It happens every single time someone signs up for one of my courses or to work privately with me. They can't believe it. I have so many testimonials about it because it's amazing what happens when you say yes to yourself. The universe literally opens up for you. I've started doing the I love the feeling of every day and all through the day, and it really helps. Yes. You're so welcome, Christine. I love you so much. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me and for staying on this long. I love it. Eunice said before I go, I want to say thank you, Randina. Look forward to working with you over this next year. Love and light, everyone. Yes, me too. So for everyone who watches the replay of this, know that it's just as powerful because we are in this collective energy, this collective space. And again, thank you so much for joining me here and doing this work with me. This burn was so beautiful with this full moon. Like, it really, really is amazing. Alexis, thank you, Randina. The last few months I've been so insanely amazing, and I'm excited for this. I asked for a sign, and I know it's going to smack me straight in the face. It is, because I had a dream about you. Amanda, thank you for sharing your gifts with us. Thank you. So look out for Friday, because I'm doing, yeah, I did. I'm doing a class with Juanita to talk about tarot astrology so that she can really teach you about it. So I'm going to post the link for that too. And then I'm also going to do a class with Corrine, because Corrine the psychic is also going to help you to discover your own gifts. Plus I'm going to see if I can get her to do some psychic readings while we're in the class. So that's going to be amazing too. Like, so many good things are coming. And then I have a class with Shannon too to talk about astrology. So don't worry, we got you covered. You know, never worry. Everything is good and amazing. And if you all have any questions, then you can private message me on Facebook. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I do get a lot of messages every day. You are my priority though. So I will get to whatever I can when I can. Remember, use the tools that you were taught today, because I promise you they work. You already know. Most of you already know. It's like I'm preaching to the choir. So I have this amazing opportunity for you, and I am hoping that you all take me up on it, because over the next year, New Year's coming, right? New Year, January is coming. We want to be different. We want to be our highest selves so that we can set the tone for our whole next year. It's so amazing. I love you all so much, and I hope that you all have a beautiful day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.